It's like having one stout cup of coffee.
That's what actually wakes you up.
What is?
8,000. See, comparison, like this is my, the B6, B12, 180, 180. Yours is like 8,000.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah.
But
It works though.
when when I was
Yeah, it tastes horrible.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it works. Yeah. Papa said it sucks.
when I was in finishing up law school and I was studying for the bar, I was drinking that, and it was when they first came out with it, and I explained it to Katie. It's like wake up juice helps me get going. She's like, it's trucker juice.
She's not wrong.
It's what helps them stay up. It's like, okay. Yeah. Switched from Red Bull to that.
Hey Zach, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Oh wait.
Uh-oh.
No, it's in studio connected.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Hey, but how long exactly is the break at the beginning of halftime? No, it's. Is it okay? So what is it, including the bumper?
Like the total halftime.
So like no, you've got
Oh.
3 minutes of ad time, right? And then you play a little bit of music intro. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that tells me what I need then. So I'm gonna edit this because what I did tonight is I made a 3 minute silence so that when we start the break, I can just hit it. And I'm gonna sit here for this time because I don't know that I trust it just yet. Okay. So I'll count on 8. So I'll make it 2:38. What are you looking at?
Why is he aiming the camera? There's something going on down there. Why is he aiming it this way?
Oh, because they're gonna meet in the middle.
Oh, he's just like getting it for
Yeah.
where they.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's people down there. Oh, the parents are down
Parents
there.
here,
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, and then so they'll meet in the middle. I think they're gonna mute us. Sergeant, you got us muted. Okay. Christina looks at me like, "Yeah, you idiot."
Yes.
Right. No, you said it was 2 minutes 30 seconds, and then okay. So she's gonna mute us so that they can not hear us chatter on the live stream because they're gonna start the live stream early for the senior day stuff.
Wait.
So all right. So we're out. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
What time is the thing starting?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so it's basically now. Cool.
All right. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pulaski Academy's Senior Night presentation. We'd like to recognize these outstanding group of seniors who have been a part of our 2018 Fall Sports Program. Senior football team members include Wesley Coleman. Wesley is escorted by his grandmother, Carthoria Johnson, and his mother, San Juan Johnson. Wesley Coleman. Nate Cumming. Nate is escorted by his parents, Michael and Jennifer Cumming. Drew Dame. Drew is escorted by his parents, Jessica and Michael Harry. Jack Gerard. Jack is escorted by his mother, Elizabeth Gerard, and father, Ronnie Gerard. Luke Hawes. Luke is escorted by his parents, Kurt and Sherry Hawes. Hudson Henry. Hudson is escorted by his parents, Mark and Jenny Henry. Cade Jones. Cade is escorted by his parents, Chad and Patty Jones. Chase McCarver. Chase is escorted by his parents, Barry and Leah McCarver. Hunter Ney. Hunter is escorted by his parents, Dr. Heath and Heather Ney. Bennett and Brandon Perkins. Bennett and Brandon are escorted by their parents, Fred and Kathy Perkins. Grant Pino. Grant is escorted by his parents, Anthony and Roseanne Pino. Jack Thomas Polk. Jack Thomas is escorted by his parents, Scott and Mary Carol Polk. Garrett Pritchard. Garrett is escorted by his parents, Celeste and Tom Davis. Hunter Pye. Hunter is escorted by his parents, Jenny and Glenn Pye.
Good evening, ladies.
Will Shelton. Will is escorted by his mother, Jennifer Shelton, and his father, Dwayne Shelton. Jake Terry. Jake is escorted by his parents, Walt and Amy Terry. Blake Titus. Blake is escorted by his parents, Bill and Laura Titus. John David White. John David is escorted by his parents, David and Amy White. Let's hear it for our senior football players. And now for our senior Spirit Squad members, Sophia Beard. Sophia is escorted by her parents, Morgan and Shani Beard. Lainey Driver. Lainey is escorted by her parents, Kevin and Holly Driver. Lainey is also a member of the volleyball team. Taylor Elliott. Taylor is escorted by her parents, Will and Tammy Elliott. Taylor is the captain of cheer. Mary Elizabeth Insko. Mary Elizabeth is escorted by her parents, John and Colleen Insko. Mary Elizabeth is co-captain of cheer and is also a member of the golf team. Ashlyn Tunnell. Ashlyn is escorted by her parents, Mike and Beth Tunnell. Ashlyn is co-captain of cheer. Paris Jocelyn. Paris is escorted by her parents, Greg and Jill Jocelyn. Paris is co-captain of Palm. Olivia Richardson. Olivia is escorted by her parents, Keith and Robin Richardson. Olivia is captain of Palm. Sydney Scrivanos. Sydney is escorted by her parents, Marty and Amy Scrivanos. Sydney is co-captain of Palm. Let's hear it for our senior spirit squad members. And now for the senior volleyball team members. Evelyn Griffith. Evelyn is escorted by her parents, Barry and Andrea Griffith. Charlotte Powers. Charlotte is escorted by her parents, Robert and Mary Powers. And now for our band, senior band members. Laurel Black. Laurel is escorted by her parents, Brian and Sharon Black, and Holly Black. Lauren is also a member of the cross-country team. Leah Christensen. Leah is escorted by her parents, Matt and Monica Christensen. Kaysen Hartley. Kaysen is escorted by her mother, Kim Hartley. Timothy McGarry. Timothy is escorted by his parents, Cyril and Ann McGarry. And now for our senior tennis team members. Via Bruffett. Via is escorted by her parents, Dr. Wayne and Shawnee Bruffett. Via is also a member of the cross-country team and a student section leader. Sammy Al-Shami. Sammy is escorted by his parents, Ayman and Bana Al-Shami. Tyler Antwaka. Tyler is escorted by his father, Dr. Terrence Antwaka. Harrison Ofiero Wong. Harrison is escorted by his parents, Dr. Henry Wong and Dr. Barbara Ofiero. Jeffrey Chin. Jeffrey is escorted by his parents, Lori Chin and Hui Xiong Chin. Jeffrey is also a member of the band. Homsa Hashmi. Homsa is escorted by his father, Salman Hashmi. Waleed Masood. Waleed is escorted by his parents, Madia and Asif Masood. Meg Bat Ulsi. Meg is escorted by her parents, Crystal Bazarsharin and Bat Ulzi Bata. Generina Sherbanova. Genrietta is escorted by her parents, Alexandra Cherbanova and Genevera Gilbert. Jenny Grace Gerard. Jenny Grace is escorted by her father, Ronnie Gerard, and her mother, Elizabeth Gerard. Peyton Holder. Peyton is escorted by her parents, Dr. Devin Holder and Stephanie Holder. Lynn Fung. Lynn is escorted by her parents, Dot Fung and Jennifer Fung. Celeste Smedley. Celeste is escorted by her mother, Dewanya Coleman Jones. Matthew Apuya. Matthew is escorted by his parents, Jesus and Maria Apuya. Matthew is also a member of the tennis team and the Bruin Brigade. Tyler Caruth. Tyler is escorted by his parents, Brian and Sarah Caruth. You're looking good there, Sarah. Rhoda Shinkawa. Rhoda is escorted by his mother, Mamiko Shinkawa. And now our senior golf member, Cameron DeMott. Cameron is escorted by her mother, Jackie DeMott. And now for our senior student section leader, Cole Griffith. Cole is escorted by his parents, Greg and Susan Griffith. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our student senior athletes. At this time, we ask that you please rise as tonight's invocation will be delivered by Pulaski Academy's president and head of school, Mr. Matt Walsh.
Pounds. And lastly, number 50, what is that? 59, I believe that is, Lakevion Winston, who's an offensive lineman and senior, 6'1", 230 pounds. Looks quite impressive there.
Yes, he does. A couple of things I wanted to go over real quick about on the defense or on the offense. This team is averaging 532.4 yards per game.
Wow.
Now, that comes in just below the 2007 team.
Right.
And is just above the 2006, 2010, 2012, and 2014 Bruin teams.
Interesting.
So they're already on track to be in the record books.
So last year's average was 571.
Yep.
So like you said, they're just below that at 532 this year.
Well, 2017 they're just below the 2017. I'm not sure how much the 2017 was up there, pretty high. On
Yeah,
that.
it's 571.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, 2007. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this 2017 that I'm talking about.
Time flies.
All right, let's. It looks like they're going to have the national anthem, so let's go ahead and take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
We have directors to the visitor side of the field as the Wildcat marching band under the direction of Mr. Alan Webley performs the Watson Chapel High School alma mater.
Welcome back to Pulaski Academy, and the Bruins have had their captains take the field this evening, and it looks like their captains include every one of the seniors.
Yes.
That's great. They had looks like about 20 seniors that are graduating off of this team, and did you see who won the toss? Oh,
I believe that the Bruins won the toss and, of course, elected to receive because I saw the Wildcats players pointing a direction, which usually indicates they've decided which way they're going to be going here. But we'll find out for sure in just a sec after the teams run through the massive banner over here that reads
Harry Potter Homecoming.
In Bruins win 2018.
And they've got a football with it's kind of drawn as a golden snitch.
Is that what that? Okay.
Yeah, that's the golden snitch.
I
Come
knew
on.
it was the game.
Aren't you familiar with Quidditch?
I
Listen,
mean,
you've got the keeper. You've got a couple of beaters. You've help me out. I'm not sure. You've got a couple of beaters. You've got a chaser. I think there's a quaffle. You've got to carry the quaffle.
You're just making things
I'm
up
not
now.
either. I'm not. I know my Harry Potter. Come on.
So when are the Bruins going to field a team?
The Bruins are going to field the team right after someone finds a way to block the Avada Kedavra spell. That's when they'll have their first Quidditch team.
Brooks is just leaving now.
He's out.
had it.
He's out. Yeah, that's right. That's all right, Brooks. What I say to that is protego.
Well, and it looks like we're going to be running a little late tonight, folks, for those joining us. It's 7:05. Usually at this point we've got some players on the field, but it's homecoming night, so we're running a little behind, but that's okay. You got to get those festivities in.
That's right. Of course, we have one of the new Bruin Bears out on the field tonight. You'll see him down there with his he has his sorting hat on. At first, I thought he had some kind of appendage on his head that he needed to have somebody look at, but no, that's the new mascot bear is down there wearing a sorting hat for the Harry Potter homecoming.
Well,
and
my children are here, and they will be nowhere near him.
Yeah, I've known
her.
I've known some others that are about your age, your kid's age, that about your age too, that are scared of the mascots. Well, now both the teams are finally out on the field, and the Wildcats have number 28, Brandon Clark, back to kick for them. There's the kick. It's up in the air, and it's going to be received by number 15 of the Bruins. That's Zach the Zombie White. He's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So that's where the Bruins are going to start their first offensive drive.
He was run out by Kobe Evans, number 21 for the Wildcats. And yes, folks, you did hear Josh correct. He said Zach the Zombie.
We can thank Holtz for all these creative names for Halloween. He went through the entire roster this week and came up with some great ones. So you'll hear those throughout the evening.
I apologize for any that stick.
So here's the Bruins from the 34-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff goes to J.D. White. He runs to the left side and runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 yards. That'll be second down and 4 yards to go.
And that is actually Jack Polk who's in the shotgun right now.
Oh, there you go.
Jack O'Lantern Polk.
That's right, Jack O'Lantern Polk. He's in the shotgun with an empty set.
Oh.
And prior to the snap, there's a flag that comes in, and he says it's a false start against the Bruins.
So, and y'all can correct me on this, but am I seeing an all-senior team out there right now, starting off?
Let's see, 84-11. Nate Cumming, yeah, I think it is. They're actually starting off with all the seniors, it looks like. Again, with an empty set, here's Jack Polk. He has then it's a pass complete to Henry, right back at the line of scrimmage, though he leans forward, and I think he gained about a yard off of it. So that'll bring up third down and about 7 yards to go.
Oh, and they're still going with the hurry-up offense here, and Polk is still back there in the shotgun, empty backfield.
So now we have number 19, Drew Dame, on the far left side. He has 4 receivers to the wide right. He's going to pass this time, complete to number 11, Nate Cumming. He makes his way to the 40 and pushes just a little bit further. He might have the first down. If not, he's inches away from it. Let's see where they place the ball.
Well, they don't call him the Nightmare for nothing.
Let's see. The official is walking out there. He says, yes, that's a Bruin first down.
So now it looks like Jack Polk is off, and bloody Braden Bratcher is on the field to lead the team down the rest of the way.
Also entering the game is number 1, Mason the Mummy Cobb. I haven't done that all year. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun with an empty set. He has, I'm counting that right, 4 receivers on the left side, 1 to the right. He's in the shotgun. There's the snap. Looking to pass down the left side. He's scrambling around, but somebody's got him around the ankles, and he's sacked. Brought down, looks like number 53 of the Wildcats. That's Levanta Fells.
Oh, and I think I saw number 64, Darius Lewis, actually forced him up in the pocket and then assisted on that sack there. It's not how you want to see Bratcher start off the night on his back.
No, it's not. Bratcher again in the shotgun. Looks like he has Kelly out there with him. He hands off immediately to Jaden Kelly. He's at the 50, just a little bit beyond the 50-yard line. So the Bruins, for the first time in the evening, get the ball into Wildcat territory. He stopped at about the 48-yard line, so that'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for the Bruins.
And that's one way to take a little pressure off your quarterback is just have a little draw play and send the running back straight up the middle. Make the rushers respect that area.
Bratcher's in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. There's the snap, looking to pass. He's got a man open on the left side. It's complete to Henry. He's wrapped up immediately just inside the 45-yard line. It looks like they're going to place the ball at the 43-yard line. That's a first down for the Bruins.
Oh, and Bratcher had plenty of time at that point. He didn't have anyone, bearing down on him, so he was able to find his man. He went through a couple options there before he found Henry on the left side.
Mason Cobb comes in for Jaden Kelly. Jaden the Killer Kelly.
Got quads to the left.
Braden Bratcher again in the shotgun. 4 to the left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. He's having to scramble quite a bit. He's got defenders all over him. He's running to the right side of the field. He's going to keep it. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. He makes it out of bounds just before the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it down at about the 28. That's enough to move the chains. First down, Bruins.
Well, and Luke Haunted Halls was able to recover. He let a man get by him, but he got back there and was able to buy Bratcher just enough time to find that space on the right side and pick up that yardage.
In comes number 16, Nolan Brains Bruffett at the quarterback position. I think it's the earliest we've seen him enter the game all year. There's the snap, looking to pass. The pass is complete to J.D. White at the 30. He's at the 25. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, J.D. White, Bruins. With 8:46 on the clock, the Bruins strike first.
That's Nolan Brains Bruffett.
Nolan Brains Bruffett with the pass complete to J.D. White, resulting in a touchdown for the Bruins. No, that doesn't work maybe? I don't know.
It's all fun and games here. No, we're being told that we need to take this more seriously.
All right, there's the snap, this time to Bratcher. He throws the ball. It's complete to Merritt Jones. The 2-point conversion is good. So the Bruins leading this one 8-0 with 8:46 on the clock. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Take the field, ready to kick off. Savannah Goodwin, the first freshman to take to be on the varsity team this year, and now she, of course, is joined by the rest of the freshmen who won the Rock City Championship last night. It was a very good game, a lot of fun to watch. Some of you probably joined us on the live stream last night. It was a lot of fun. Coach Lucas got quite choked up at the end of the game. He was very proud. There's the kick by Savannah, onside kick. No real bounce on that one, but it was fielded immediately by number 3.
That's Javarius Brown for the Wildcats. He did a good job of basically just falling down on that ball, making sure he couldn't get out of his grasp.
That last scoring drive for the Bruins was an 8-play, 66-yard drive, which resulted in a 28-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. Took 3 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock.
Which is a little more time than we're used to seeing, but when they do put Jack Polk out there to start, it's going to add a little time just because they're throwing some different plays.
There's the snap to number 4, Devin Curry. He hands off immediately to number 14, and that's Deontay Cooper. He makes his way up inside Bruin territory. He stopped at the 46-yard line, and it's a gain of about 6. So that'll bring up second down and it's a gain of 7, it looks like. So that'll bring up second down and 3 yards to go.
And he went airborne, and Jack the Jackal Gerard was able to bring him down. short of the first down.
Jack the Jackal Gerard.
It's hard to find some scary J-sounding names.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Well,
I think, yeah, somebody else already owns that one.
Yep.
Here's the snap to Devin Curry. He's under center. He has 3 in the backfield. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 6, Quashawn German. He has a gain of about 6 yards. That puts them, looks like they're in a market at the 39-yard line, and that's a first down for the Wildcats.
Well, and we've seen this a number of times from different teams with larger fullbacks, and he comes in at 6 foot, 200 pounds, and when teams try to just run it as hard as they can up the middle and just find the biggest, fastest player they can to go after the Bruins a number of times this year, and it looks like it's not going to be any different tonight.
Of course, the Wildcats have had a tough season this year. They have a season of 1-4 in conference, 2-5-1. It looks like they're trying to score on this one, though. You can't see who is that, number 13? No, number 3. Number 3 with the carry. That's Javarius Brown. And he easily made the first down. He had one of the Bruins tugging on his shirt to try and slow him down quite a bit.
Yeah,
He's finally stopped at the 10-yard line.
It looks like they've pulled some of the seniors and got the starters back out there to see if they can make a goal line stop here.
So first and goal for the Wildcats. They're going to try and take advantage of the Bruins, and the Bruins are going to try and tell them, no way, Jose. There's the snap. Handoff immediately. Nope, that was a fake. Looks like number 4 kept that carry. Devin Curry brought it into the end zone. Touchdown.
He was untouched, unfortunately. He had faked to the fullback, and then he had at least 2 different blockers out there with him. He was able to kind of stroll into the end zone by the time it was all said and done. And of course, now they're going to have to go for 2 to keep pace with the Bruins here, since they already have an 8-6 lead.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Devin Curry sets up under center. He has 3 behind him in the backfield. Handoff goes to number 3 this time, and he's grabbed by the ankle immediately. That's Javarius Brown with the carry, but he is stopped short, so the 2-point conversion is no good.
I am waiting to see who that was. It was number 7, Chris Connell, that was able to grab onto his leg, I believe.
That's creepy, Chris Connell. So our score with 7:06 in the first quarter is Bruins 8, Watson Chapel 6. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Our score, PA 8, Watson Chapel 6 with 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. Watson Chapel is kicking off. There it is. They try an onside kick. It's covered by the Bruins just inside the 45-yard line. It'll be placed at the 46-yard line. There's some of the Wildcats thought that they had that onside kick, but the Bruins had that easily covered up. They had number 15, that's Zach White, along with number 1, Mason Cobb, in the backfield, ready to accept a deep kick. But just as we've seen just almost every other game this year, the Wildcats are trying to play PA style.
Well, and it's a much more dangerous proposition going that way, because the Bruins, they're going to take advantage when you give them a field position like this.
That's right. There's the snap. Goes immediately to number 21, Kelly. He's at the 50, at the 45, the 40. And he's tripped up and brought down at about the 37-yard line. What a play.
I believe Kelly actually took the snap there. So if I'm keeping track correctly, that's 4 different people that we've seen take the snap.
I think you're right.
So
we've got Braden Bratcher out there in the shotgun. Little play fake. He's looking to pass. Looking down the right side. He's got J.D. White out there, but there's a flag that comes in. He's going to keep the ball and run out of bounds at about the
45-yard line. Folks, we got a game tonight. It appears the Wildcats have come to play. The Bruins defense is already on the field, and they are ready to make another, well, I guess make up amends, if you will, for that last drive.
They certainly are. 5:32 on the clock in the first quarter. The ball is at the 44-yard line. The Wildcats are moving from left to right in front of us. The Wildcats tonight wearing all white with black letters, black numbers. Bruins are wearing all navy with white numbers. There's the snap. Number 4 looking to pass. He's got a man down there, but he's covered up by the Bruins. He says no, it is incomplete. That was intended for number 4, Kevin Compton, but broken up by number 15, Zach the Zombie White.
That ball hung in the air for what seemed like an eternity. It was just sticking up there. Both players knew it was coming, and they were just fighting to get position at that point to see who could come down with it.
It looked to me like both of them had equal possession, but when they hit the ground, the ball just popped right out.
Just that impact, yeah.
So here comes again number 4, Devin Curry, quarterback for the Wildcats. He's under center. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 6, Quashawn German. He makes his way up to about the 47-yard line, and there's a Bruin who's having some shoe issues there, or I'm not sure whether it's shoe or his ankle. That's number 15. That's Zach White. He's going to come out, either have his ankle looked at or maybe his shoe tied. I'm not sure which.
He looked like he
No,
was
it's
hobbling.
definitely his ankle, yeah. Here's Devin Curry under center again. The Bruins pointing at something on the line. There's the snap. Handoff. Nope, he's going to keep it this time. Run to the right side. He gets nowhere. The Bruins meet him and push him back a little more, so he's going to lose a few on that one.
And that was the headless horseman, Matthew Hugg, on the he kind of forced him back. He saw that him attempting to get to the corner, the quarterback, and he forced him right into the middle of the.
I am baffled by the gain on this play. He ran.
He picked up a yard. I mean, that was they were 3rd and 7, so he picked up a yard. It was so we're looking at 4th and 6 now.
4:12 on the clock and counting. Curry under center. He has one receiver left, one right, 3 in the backfield. This time he's going to keep again, run to the left side. He's at the 50, he's at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and he runs out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. That's a first down for the Wildcats.
You know, I was looking up stats on Devin Curry, and it became readily apparent that he is a threat to run anytime he touches the ball. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of passing from him tonight. The passing stats were unimpressive, to say the least, but the rushing stats when he touches the ball, I mean, you should be scared.
That was Grant Pino with the stop on that play, forced him out of bounds. So here's the Wildcats on the Bruins' 28-yard line, 3:56 on the clock here in the first quarter. The Bruins leading 8-6. Here comes the snap to Curry, who's under center. Shovel pass to number 14. That's Deontay Cooper. Run to the right side. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And he's forced down out at the 1-yard line. Forced down at the 1. He's wrapped up by Chris Connell.
You know whose name we haven't called tonight is Futa Shinkawa, and I feel like they're running away from him. I mean, he was coming from the right side, and the play was designed to go away from the side that he was coming from.
Sure.
I feel like they've drawn up these plays to try to avoid his ability to penetrate because, I mean, as fast as their players have been, he's one of the few that's going to be able to outrun them.
That's right. 3:40 on the clock. Curry under center. 3 in the backfield. There's the snap. Handoff goes immediately to Quashawn German, trying to force his way across the goal line, and not seeing a signal from the referee. They're going to say inches. So that'll be 2nd and inches, 2nd and goal.
I could not tell a thing what was going on. It was just a scrum.
Massive, yeah.
Just a scrum down there. Well, now the ball is back at the
I'm not sure how they adjust that.
3-yard line.
They said that none of them actually signaled for a touchdown. But they put a touchdown on the scoreboard. I guess we're going for it. I guess we're calling it. You know, it'd be nice if I'm not going to say that.
Yep.
The scoreboard says Bruins 8, Watson Chapel 12. Let's just leave it there. Sometimes you got to keep it to yourself. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 4, Devin Curry, and he's in there for a 2-point conversion. So with 3:19 in the first quarter, the Bruins 8, and Watson Chapel's Wildcats take the lead at 14. We'll keep it right here.
I'm trying to think. This might be the first time that they have been behind at home this season?
At home, you may be right.
Because I feel like they've come out and scored first. Now the other team has come back and either tied it or scored and not converted a 2-point conversion attempt or something along those lines.
Sure.
But I think this is the first time this season that they have actually been behind at home. So we'll see how the Bruins respond. Looks like Bruins are expecting another onside kick. They're not going to be fooled again. And, yep, they have lined it up. Wildcats are just going to play the Bruins game tonight.
That's right. This time they have number 26. That's Nathan Box out there to kick. And it is an onside kick. It takes a nice little bounce at the 50. And looks like they had, that's number 30, Isarius Woods out there to receive this one right on the front end. And he kind of got creamed right there at the 50-yard line. But he looks like he's fine.
Yeah. It's no fun when you're on the other side of that, I'm afraid, as he just learned.
So the Bruins have possession on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. Braden Bratcher heading back out there to captain the ship for this drive. Got a nice-sized crowd out here and a nice band on the other side of the field. Nice to hear them over there from Watson Chapel. Braden Bratcher, he has 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's going to pass. Pass is complete to number 1, Mason Cobb. He's at the 45. He runs out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2 yards.
That was a good job of blocking by Henry, and I believe I saw Merritt Jones out there out in front. Whenever you throw a wide receiver screen pass, you're always relying on the other receivers to make those kinds of blocks.
This time we have Jaden Kelly in the quarterback slot. He's going to run it to the right side, run back up the middle. He's at the 35, and he's brought down at about the 32-yard line. That'll move the chains. 1st down, Bruins.
Well, Jaden the Killer Kelly doing what he does best out there and finding running room where he needs to.
He was stopped that time by number 1, Javion Jackson, and looks like official timeout here.
Trying to figure out the yardage markers down there. Looks like
looks like they got the chains wrapped up around something. Yeah,
well,
there we go.
You're marking on the crowd. You can always tell it's a bigger crowd when there's people sitting on the brick bench, or whatever
brick
you
wall.
Brick wall. It's
just beyond the end zone there.
Yep.
3:03 remaining in the first quarter. Here we go. Braden Bratcher. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's hitting some defenders real quickly. They actually found him. There's a flag on the play.
It looks like they're going to get Wesley Coleman for the holding there. He, once again, got a little too handsy. One of the things that when I was looking at
That was a pancake hit.
Well, the referee begged to differ. I agree, but
pancake hold.
Oh, well, unfortunately, the Bruins have had a tendency to have more penalties than their opponents, and it looks like it's going to be the case tonight.
Here's Bratcher. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. He's going to scramble to the left side. He's got a defender running after him. Pass was caught by Henry, but they say no, he caught it out of bounds.
Yeah, so far this season, they're averaging 1.5 more penalties per game than their opponents, and are picking up 15 more penalty yards on average per game. And
wow.
Yeah, it looks like that's coming back to get them again tonight.
Where do you even find this stuff, man?
There are amazing people out there who do all these numbers for me to look at.
Wow. Here's 2nd down and 20 yards to go for the Bruins. 2:50 on the clock left in the first quarter. Bruins are behind 8-14 behind the Wildcats. There's the snap. Bratcher's looking to pass. He's got a man open on the right side. No, oh my, almost intercepted by number 9. That's Anthony Newman of the Wildcats. He was looking for J.D. White on the right side, but he was in double coverage.
Oh, and Bratcher had a little more time. I think he was just getting a little antsy. He's taken a few licks tonight and been rushed out of the pocket sooner than he's used to. And I think he rushed that pass. He had number 1, Mason Cobb, downfield, who, of course, was doing the hands up like, hey, I'm here.
I don't think he was used, just like you said, I don't think he was used to the amount of time that he actually had out there tonight.
Nope.
He's got Isarius Woods to his left, 2 receivers on either side. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. That's not Woods. That's number 34.
That was Blake Titus out there, and he is going to be remembering that one for a bit. That went right through his hands. He was already thinking about where he was going to go with that ball.
Wow.
And forgot the first important step, which is make sure you have the ball.
Of course, Blake Titus is a senior defensive back, and that's one of the that's the little trick that we were talking about, little treat that we're going to see tonight is many of the seniors who are on the defensive line or even the offensive line. Well, we're going to see them actually in some key positions this evening.
It's 4th and 26
There's
here.
the
They're going
snap.
to
Bratcher's having to run to the right side of the field away from some defenders. He threw the pass to the 40-yard line. It's complete to Henry, but that won't be enough for the first down. So the ball will turn over on downs at the Wildcats' 40-yard line.
If he'd had a little more time, you might have been able to find a guy. But I've heard that referred to as an arm punt, where basically you just throw the ball down the field because you know that you're going to be turning it over if you don't get that first down. Might as well try to get there. Obviously, he wanted a little more time to try to
That's interesting.
get his receiver. Yeah.
That's an interesting term. So 2:29 remaining in the first quarter. Wildcats of Watson Chapel leading this one 14-8 against Pulaski Academy. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 40-yard line. There's the snap. He's going to pass. He has a man downfield, and it's intercepted by the Bruins' number 8, Clay James. And he is stopped at the 39-yard line. No flags on the field, so the Bruins take this one. That is number 3 interception for Clay James this year.
Clay James the Cruel, as they just learned why we call him that.
That's right. Clay James the Cruel.
Well, and the Bruins needed that. I mean, they absolutely needed that. The defense had given up 2 straight drives that just were brutal drives. I mean, they just gave up big, long runs, and then they couldn't stop them at the end zone like that or near the end zone like last week. So that was huge for the Bruin defense there.
So now the Bruins have the ball on their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10. There's the snap to Bratcher, looking to pass to the left. It's complete to Henry. He's at the 50. He's at the 45 and is brought down at the 44-yard line. Looks like they're going to place it at about the 43. That's enough for a first down for the Bruins.
Oh, and I mean, Henry wasn't even off the ground, and the Loch West monster Coleman was out there to pull him up off before he knew what was going on.
Here's the snap to Bratcher, looking down the left side. There's the pass. It's complete to Henry again inside the 35. And he's wrapped up immediately by number 3, Javarius Brown.
Oh, and I kind of get the feeling that the Bruins have just decided, okay, enough of this. Let's do what we do best. Drive the ball down the field, do it quickly, hit our big guys.
It wasn't quite enough for a first down on that one, but it's 2nd and 1:49 and counting on the clock. There's the snap. Bratcher looking down the left side again. It's complete into the arms of Kelly. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, and he's brought down at about the 2-yard line. And that'll be a first down for the Bruins.
That is 3 straight throws by Bratcher with confidence. I mean, those were powerful throws.
That's right.
And Kelly was calling for that ball. And, I mean, Kelly did a good job of picking it out of the air, too.
Looks like he was stopped by Zacchaeus Scott of the Wildcats.
I looked at Bratcher to maybe run it up the middle here.
Bratcher standing out there with not an empty set, is it?
Yeah, there's no one next
Yeah,
to
there's
him.
no one out there, so he's
And
going to run it
they're
right up the middle, just like you said. Touchdown, Bruins.
Yeah, when they spread them out like that, I mean, that's, it gives them enough room to.
They've got to spread their defense to cover it.
Yeah, well, and thank you. Yeah. And
So
of course, the offensive line, they know all they have to do is just, pick up at least one of them has to make a big block, and then Bratcher can just follow him in. And it looks like that was Thomas Vaughn and Luke Hawes that picked up the big blocks there.
Luckily, the Bruins went for 2 earlier, and looks like the Bruins are going to take a timeout. Let's take a timeout with them. The Bruins have this one tied up with Watson Chapel at 14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. 1:23 remaining in the first quarter. The Bruins have this tied up, but they're looking for an extra point. Clay James is out there to kick, and we're waiting for the snap now. 18 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap. There's the hold. No one really even tried on the defensive side of the ball, but the extra point attempt is good.
Yep. That was, Clay James kind of was the start of that drive, if you will, and the finish it. Clay James, the cruel kicker.
So the Bruins take the lead once again by 1 point, leading 15-14.
What's Brooks telling us about the stats?
Well, this was a 4-play, 61-yard drive that resulted in a 2-yard touchdown run by Braden Bratcher, and took 58 seconds off the clock total.
That's all?
That's all, 58 seconds.
No, he definitely came out, and, he was passing with more confidence. I think the coaches told him, stop looking off of your first and second options. Just go for it. Just, hit your man when you know he's open. Don't second guess yourself. And he was throwing like he understood that.
Yeah, that's the Bratcher arm that we've been accustomed to the rest of this season.
It's the one that's averaging close to 70% completion rate.
Right. But he, let's see. No, it was J.D. White this week that got an offer from Arkansas State.
I haven't heard about that. I would not be surprised. The effort and the statistics and numbers he's put up this year so far, he's certainly earned it.
Who is that? Oh, that's number 90 out there, Von Seelig, to kick this one for the Bruins. He has another onside kick. No real big hop on that one either. It's fielded by number 4. That's Devin Curry out there, the quarterback, receiving a kick.
Is he just going to hang on to the ball?
I guess.
Well, and it's interesting because the ball actually went by a couple of the Wildcat players. They just decided, you know what, there's someone behind me. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up a block and buy the man behind me a little more time. So they seemed to work out for him.
They downed that one at the 44-yard line of the Wildcats. So 1st and 10 for them. Devin Curry under center. He has 3 behind him, 2 to either side. Shovel pass to Deontay Cooper. He makes his way to the 45, a couple more. So they'll place that probably at the 46-yard lines, it looks like. Nope, they're going to be generous with that spot at the 47. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6 to go.
Well, and Chris Connell shot through the gap there, and he just couldn't quite get to the runner time to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, but he did a good job of jumping on his back at the end there. So I like to see that kind of effort.
50 seconds remaining on the clock in this first quarter. Curry under center. He has one receiver on either side. Handoff this time again goes to number 3. That's Javarius Brown. He makes his way across the 40-yard line in Bruin territory. That'll move the chains for the Wildcats.
That was Blake Titus with the shoestring tackle, if you will. That might have been a touchdown-saving tackle on his part. You hate to give up the first down, but considering where that player looked like he was going, you're happy to give up as few yards as you did.
$19 seconds counting on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the Bruins 40-yard line. There's the snap. Looks like a quarterback keep. Tried to push the ball up, maybe gained a yard on that one. Be 2nd and 9.
That was Jake Tombstone Terry who actually made the initial stop there. It was kind of just ran into a brick wall.
So that's the end of the first quarter. The Bruins leading this one 15-14 against Watson Chapel's Wildcats. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
That was October 6th.
Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. We're starting our second quarter. The Wildcats have the ball on the Bruins. Let's see, 38-yard line, 39-yard line, 38. I was right the first time. Second down, 9 yards to go. Some defensive shift. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Javarius Brown, who makes probably a 1-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Oh, and Clinton, the werewolf Wilson, was waiting for him on that left side. The Bruins have kind of figured out they need to cover the corners and the edges and make sure that those fast running backs and even the fast quarterback of the Wildcats can't find those corners.
Looks like the Grim Reaper, Grant Pino, is also playing on that defensive spot. So here's 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. There's the snap. Looking to pass. He's got a man downfield. Let's see if they can put it together. Oh, and he did. A one-arm. Let's see. Nope. The official says no, he did not catch it. It looked impressive from this side. He reached out and stopped that ball, but he totally caught it. It sounds like there's some discrepancy there. It looks like he had possession, but then the ball popped out. So the Bruins come away with a call that goes in their favor this time.
Well, I was about to say, if this was a college game, there would probably be a replay for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, you start getting into the question of, okay, did he actually have possession of the ball going
Sure.
down to the ground? Because there's no way of knowing without
Right.
actually watching a very close replay, which we're not going to do.
So there's the snap to Curry. He's getting caught in the backfield, and he sure did. He got brought down at the 50-yard line by the Bruins, and the ball will turn over on downs right there at the 50-yard line. He's stopped by
Futenstein's Monster. That is Futenstein's Monster Shikawa there.
Futenstein's Monster.
I've been wondering when he would come into play, and he finally did. And as we said, I mean, he seems like one of the few that would be fast enough to just keep up with them in a foot race, which he did. Okay, so number 4 for
That's Devin Curry. He's actually out there on the defensive side of the ball. He's their quarterback as well. So number 30, Isarius Woods takes the snap this time. He's going to keep it, and he's going to force himself across the 50-yard line. He'll stop at about the 49 on the Wildcats side. So it's a 1-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 9 for the Bruins.
Well, we were discussing J.D. White earlier. He actually has offers from Tennessee Martin Air Force and Ouachita Baptist.
Here's Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers left, 3 right. He's looking to pass. The pass is complete to Kelly at the 45-yard line. He's going to take a step back, but then he's tripped up and brought right back down by number 4, Devin Curry, the quarterback.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to try to pick up some more yardage after that catch, and
He was scrambling. He was pumping those feet.
he was putting up some fight. And
He really was. Bratcher in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. 3rd and 5 for the Bruins. There's the snap. Looking down the right side, he's going to pass. It was intended there for Henry, who was right at the 35-yard line, but the ball went sailing about 6 inches over his hands. So that'll bring down 4th down and 5 yards to go for the Bruins. 10:09 remaining in the second quarter. Bruins leading by 1, 15-14 against Watson Chapel's Wildcats.
Looking for a play here. Obviously, they want to make sure they convert this. The way the Wildcats are playing tonight, you don't want to make any more mistakes.
Bratcher in the shotgun. He's got Woods in motion. Handoff goes to Kelly. Kelly goes to the right side and is stopped just on the right hash mark. And that will not be enough to get the first down. So the Wildcats will take possession on the Bruins 43-yard line. That's the second stop in a row for the Wildcats.
I believe because they scored the touchdown the last drive, but the drive before that, that was the second. That might be the third one of the half.
Okay.
This has not been a stellar night for the Bruin offense. Let's see if the defense can continue to step up as they have the past 2 drives.
So 1st and 10 from the Wildcats' own 43-yard line. 10:01 remaining in this second quarter. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. Devin Curry's going to keep that one and go right back to the 40-yard line, and he's going to drop the ball, and it's recovered by the Bruins, but there is a flag on the play.
That's going to be a holding penalty. I didn't see who it was in the backfield, but someone was about to get to the quarterback, and he got held up a little, so they're going to be declining that, yes. I think this Bruin defense is playing a little angry right now.
They are, absolutely.
That's 2 turnovers in the past 3 drives here, and looks like that was I did not see who jumped on the ball. I believe I saw number 29, Corey Richard Griffin, may have come up with the fumble recovery, but it was kind of a scrum in the middle, so it was hard to see who actually ended up with it. But they were wearing blue.
They were wearing blue indeed. 9:54 remaining in the half. The Bruins take over again on the 41. There's the snap. You got Mason Cobb with the carry directly. He's running right across the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3 yards to go for the Bruins. Oh, that's a nice spot, so it'll give them 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the fourth quarter offense a little early.
Mason Cobb in the shotgun. He has the snap. He's going to keep it. He's across the line of scrimmage, makes his way to the 30. That'll be enough. That'll move the chains. 1st down, Bruins.
Yep, they're giving it to him, and that's 2 straight runs just straight up the middle. Looks like they've decided, you know what, you're not going to give us the passing. You're going to double team our receivers. Might as well.
I don't know if you're watching this shell game that's going on in the backfield. Now it's Isarius Woods going to receive the snap. He's running to the left side. He's got a man reaching for him. He makes his way across the 30 and stopped at about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 for the Bruins.
Is it like one of those cup games where they
It
have
really
the 3?
is. Yeah, you had Jaden Kelly, Isarius Woods, and Mason Cobb, all 3 of them kind of shoulder to shoulder right there in the backfield, and one would move across to the other, and I'm not sure if they were just confused or if they were doing it on purpose. Let's see.
Well, it was confusing us, so
it worked. So Braden Bratcher back in the shotgun. He has 2 to the left, 3 receivers to the right. He's looking to pass to the left side. It's complete to Cumming. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
The Nate Mayer himself.
Nate Mayer Cumming.
And that's the second time in a row where, well, not in a row, but earlier Jaden Kelly did the same thing. I mean, he waved it. He was just saying, hey, hit me down this way. Meet me over here, and I'll take the ball from you.
Right.
And, 20 yards later, he's in the end zone. 30 yards later. So Clay James is out to kick. It looks like the Bruins are not going to be going for it on 2, or looks like they may be trying to call him.
They might be trying to draw him offsides
They're
like they've
not
seen him
falling
do.
for it.
Nope. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good. So with 8:29 remaining in the second quarter, the Bruins lead 22-14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Pulaski Academy leading 22-14 against Watson Chapel here with 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. The Bruins just scoring on a 4-play, 41-yard drive that resulted in a 28-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratchard and Nate Cumming. It took 1 minute, 25 seconds off the clock.
Nate Cumming certainly making his mark on his senior night here. That was good to see out of him.
You have number 8 for the Bruins, Clay James, the Cruel, out there to kick this one onside. Oh, a nice hop. Oh, when the Bruins almost had a hold of it, but when it hit somebody's shoulder, it's received by number 14, Deontay Cooper. He runs back to the opposite side of the field, and he is stopped at the 45-yard line. There's a flag all the way back at the 34-yard line.
That sound that you heard was the crowd in shock because there was a vicious-looking block. They're debating whether it was legal. The Wildcat coaching staff is insisting that it was perfectly fine. I personally am not sure I saw anything wrong with it. I mean, it was
a hard hit.
It was a hard hit. It was at the knees, but it wasn't from behind. It was not holding. It didn't really even lead with his helmet, I don't think, but it was certainly something that everyone saw, and it just looked wrong.
There's actually 2 flags out there about the same position, yeah.
Looks like they're calling it chop block.
Chop block.
Well, I think it's if they're distracted. If they already have one man that's blocking him, another one can't come along and cut him. And I'm not. And then that's what the Wildcats coaches are saying. Oh, very, very emphatically say
yeah.
that he was not occupied, I believe is the phrase, or there's a term for it. But anyways, the point is he was not. He didn't have a dance partner.
Right.
And yeah, they're trying to point that out to him, but. When you have 2 different flags on the field saying the same thing, it's hard to argue with that.
That's true. They were both out there on the same yard line, maybe about a half yard apart. So they've backed the Wildcats up to their own 18-yard line where they'll take 1st and 10 from the 18. We have 8:19 remaining in this first half. There's the snap. You got number 3, Javarius Brown with the carry. He makes his way over the 20-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 yards.
That was Boone at Perkins. I believe they was able to grab the tackle there. Number 36.
Bennett Perkins, Boone Perkins.
Boone Perkins.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Yes, Bennett Perkins. Just not to confuse anyone out there.
I was having to think on that one. 7:50. It hurts when I have to think. 7:48 and counting. There's the snap. Number 4, Devin Curry going to keep that one and run to the right side, and he's met by the Bruins just across the 25-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up 3 on that one. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go.
It's one of your den of Bruins tackles there. Looks like Matthew Hugg, Chris Connell, and there was a number of others over there. A lot of folks picked up an assist there.
They had a generous spot after that one. It'll be 3rd down and 1 yard to go for the Wildcats. 7:19 and counting on the clock.
Yeah.
Taking their time. They're bringing another man on the field.
Yep.
14 seconds on the play clock. They're still looking to the sidelines, not in a formation of any kind yet. 8 seconds, 7, 6. Now they're lining up. Curry under center. He's got 3 behind him. There's the snap. And before the snap, it looks like they were quite aware that the play clock was counting down, and one of them jumped a little too soon. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. Down here on the sidelines, looks like we have one of the players from Alabama. That would be Lane Hatcher. He's not alone tonight. I think there's about 4 others from Alabama here tonight. It is homecoming after all. I think that Hunter Henry is also in the house somewhere. I haven't seen him just yet, but I believe he's down there. There's the snap. Oh, and a little shovel pass goes to number 14, Deontay Cooper. He's brought down at the 26-yard line. It's about a 3-yard gain.
That was Futenstein's Monster Chikawa. He's moving a little faster than the notorious monster from the, was it Mary Shelley's?
Yeah.
Was that who, from her book. You think of the lumbering with the arms out. This is the exact opposite.
Brains. No. 6:15 remaining in the first half.
Oh, got an encroachment, unfortunately, and that's not what you want to see there on 4th and 2nd. They basically just gave the Wildcats a first down. Bruins got a little anxious there. It's not what you want to see after 3 straight big stops.
No, it's not.
3 straight, 2 turnovers and a turnover on downs.
Just breathing some extra life into the Wildcats offense.
Giving them some hope.
So from their own 31-yard line, 6 minutes even on the clock. Curry under center, 3 men in the backfield. I don't think I've seen it. That's the same play they like to run over and over. There's at least the same formation. It's handed off to number 14, Deontay Cooper, and he makes his way probably just barely across the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
And that was Shinkawa that once again got penetration, was able to stop him before he got very far beyond the line of scrimmage. And also Richard Griffith. Gory Richard Griffith.
Gory Richard Griffith.
He's having himself a big night as well so far.
Bruins seeing something that's confusing them on the line. You've got, who is that with the carry across the 40-yard line? He makes his way up to the 42.
That was a keeper again.
It was a keep by Devin Curry. That's another first down for the Wildcats.
One name that I keep expecting to hear tonight, or expecting us to call, is number 2, Sidney Smith for the Wildcats. He's showed up all over the stats board, all over the box score for the Wildcats.
He's not even on the field right now.
No, I haven't seen him out there, but he's listed as a receiver, but he's recorded multiple passes, multiple catches, and quite a few runs for the Wildcats this season.
There's the snap to Curry. He hands off immediately to Quashawn German, who makes his way across the 45-yard line to the 46. And it's a 3-yard gain for the Wildcats. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I saw number 34. That was Blake Titus in there, as well as Chris Connell to assist on the stop.
So 4:18 remaining in the first half. The Bruins leading 22-14 over Watson Chapel.
I kind of feel like the Wildcats are slowing it up a little here, maybe trying to run some clock off, try to keep the game.
It does feel that way.
It is, yeah.
They're not moving as quickly up to the line as they're used to. Yeah, the play clock actually reached 0 that time, but no penalty clock.
I almost feel like I saw a little movement before the snap there, but I guess the referees did not.
So now they're at the 48-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 5 yards to go for the Wildcats.
And once again, they're taking their dear sweet time.
They got away with the delay of game that last play.
Yep.
There's 10 seconds on the play clock. Curry under center. 3 in the backfield. Handoff goes to number 3, Javarius Brown. He makes his way straight through the middle of the pack and is finally stopped at about just on the other side of the 40-yard line. That's enough for a first down for Watson Chapel.
That was a bit of rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling to get that first down by the
3:12 remaining in this half.
They keep running the clock down, but at this rate, they might not have enough time to do anything with it if they about to be under 3 minutes for the half.
Clock is again running. 3:02, 3:01. There's 3 minutes right there. 12 seconds on the play clock. They're still looking around. They're in formation, but they're just now getting down at 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and there's the snap, probably right at 0.
And that play went nowhere.
It went absolutely nowhere. It looked like there were I'm curious because it looked like before the play had even stopped, several of the Wildcats had turned around and were looking at the white hat.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear a whistle.
No, I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's like they almost just agreed to give up a down.
Right, which is exactly what they did. So 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Almost
Here's
2:10
again.
left in the half.
Here's Curry under center, 3 in the backfield. Handoff goes to number 3, Javarius Brown. He runs straight up the middle and is wrapped up by Fuda Shinkawa just at the 30-yard line. It's not enough for a first down, but it will be 3rd and inches.
The clock continues to tick away, and I mean, the Wildcats have a good drive going here, but it seems like they're almost playing a dangerous game and not hurrying up and trying to get some plays in. I appreciate trying to eat away the clock and make sure the game stays close, but at the same time, you're at a minute and 30 seconds left. You got to give yourself some time to do something, especially when you don't have a passing game.
This is true. There's the snap. This time, Curry's going to keep it, run to the right side. He makes his way just across the line of scrimmage, which is all they really needed, and they have the first down at the 27-yard line.
Well, and that was a good stop by Clinton, the werewolf Wilson there. He actually stopped the quarterback from picking up what would have been a hefty hunk of yardage, if not a touchdown.
I think Clinton, the werewolf, is lucky this isn't a full moon tonight.
Is he lucky or is the other team lucky?
Well, perhaps he took his Wolfsbane potion. Again, it is Harry Potter Homecoming, so get to see all my nerd humor. There's handoff goes to number 6, Quashawn German, makes his way across the line of scrimmage, but he's met immediately by Clinton Wilson.
Do you think any of the players on this field have seen or heard of the movie Teen Wolf?
Oh, that's a stretch. I'm not sure if they honestly, I can't tell you I've seen the entire movie. I know what it is.
Yes.
I know who's in it.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox, of course, one of somebody that has was a big 80s star, but
yes.
30 seconds exactly left in this quarter. There's the snap. Curry looking to pass. He's got a man out there, and it's intercepted by no. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's number 34. Blake Titus comes down with that ball. It was an interesting pass. So what happened was Curry attempted to pass the ball out at about he had a man down at the 15-yard line, but someone tipped it just as it was coming out of his hand. So the ball took an end-over-end spin straight up into the air, and number 34, Blake Titus, was standing right there at the 25-yard line and he was at the looks like the 17-yard line.
Yep.
And he kind of bobbled it 3 times in a row. So it was, did he have it? Does he have it? Yes, he has it.
We had a few, you said volleyball players out
That's
here.
right.
They would have appreciated that.
Yeah.
No one else on the sideline did. But
They just saw a set.
Yeah.
They were looking. They were looking for the bump. So here's the first and down for the Bruins. Bratcher looking to pass. He's got Mason Cobb out there. A little backwards pass to J.D. White. He's at the 45 and runs out of bounds at the 42-yard line on the Wildcats side of the field.
That was a hook and ladder. We saw that play.
Hook and lateral.
Lateral.
That's right.
Yes, last week we saw it. They actually scored on it.
They did.
We've talked about the rugby style and maybe incorporating. That was a plan.
White was forced out of bounds by number 31, Keontae Sykes. Here's Bratcher again in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. Complete pass to Mason Cobb. He makes his way to the 30-yard line where he's forced out of bounds by number, looks like 12, Demarion Woodson.
There's 6 seconds left in the half, but the Bruins are not trotting out any kickers. It looks like Bratcher's going to stay out there, and they're going to take a shot at the end zone.
They certainly are. Stick around for halftime. We're talking about the volleyball players. Well, they just finished their incredibly successful season. We'll get a chance to speak with them shortly. So stick around. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to the pass to the right side. He's still looking. He's got some pressure coming in. Passes it was in and out of the hands of Nate Cumming. And that's the end of the first quarter. The Bruins leading this game 22. There's a flag. Halftime. That's what I said, isn't it? Oh, first quarter. There we go. I said first quarter. I did mean halftime, the first half. So the Bruins leading this one 22-14 over Watson Chapel. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pulaski Academy. This is our halftime show tonight. It's homecoming night, but aside from all the great football that we've already seen tonight, we have another great story to talk about, and that is the girls' volleyball team. And I've got our head coach, Savannah Jacoby, and several of the team members here with me tonight. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Hi.
Well, thanks so much for joining me. Now, Coach Jacoby, I know that the team has just finished their season, wrapped it up, finished 22-8 overall, 12-2 in the conference, and in the top 4 in the state overall. You have to be proud of the way that these girls have played.
I am extremely proud. They definitely showed out this last week at the state tournament. Couldn't be more proud of all the effort, the hard work that they really started putting in back in January, and then back in the summer, 6 a.m. practices, weight training, everything. And it felt like it paid off in the very end, getting to the semifinals and really just playing their hearts out against reigning state champions Valley View. But we gave them everything we got, and they left their heart out onto the court last night. So it was fun.
Charlotte Powers, who plays right side and setter. A lot of folks might think of volleyball as not a contact sport. I know that that's not true. So how hard is this physically? How demanding is this sport for you?
Well, the best example I can give is while we were playing Valley View yesterday, I got smacked in the face harder than I ever been in my whole life. So I feel like that definitely proves most people wrong that it definitely can turn into a contact sport. But it's almost more of a mental game than it is physical. You really can get in your own head, and it's really easy for the other team to get in your head basically in between 1 point. So I'd say it's more mental than physical.
Sure. Now, Lainey Driver is also here with us, who plays an outside hitter. Lainey, what's the hardest part of the sport for you?
Besides all the physical work that we put in, I definitely agree with Charlotte that it's a huge mental game. And it's hard to stay focused sometimes and stay out of your head and just focus on the next point, because there's about 5 seconds in between points where you have to recover and get your head back in the game.
Looking back at the rest of the season, which opponent do you see as being probably the most difficult that you faced all year?
I would say Little Rock Christian, just because we are such rivals. We did beat them, but they definitely try to get in our heads, and it's definitely a huge mental game playing them.
Evelyn Griffith is also with us, who plays outside hitter and a middle blocker. Evelyn, I know as a blocker, you've got to jump. And so that's, one of the things that I've noticed whenever I watch a volleyball game is I've always wanted to see, I know in basketball they have you jump up and you see how high can you get. Do you do that in volleyball as well? Do you practice jumping and how high can you get?
Yeah, I would say a lot of our training is geared toward jumping higher, and it's more about fast twitched muscles and reacting to the ball really fast. It's not about gaining or bulking. It's more about how quick can you get up to beat the hit.
So how did you get into the position of a blocker? Is it just because of your height? I mean, you're obviously pretty tall. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
So did that play a lot into it, or is that something you just really wanted to go after, that position?
No, I would definitely say it was my height that gave me that opportunity. I also think just being able to see the court and stuff, you have to be able to get around a block as a middle blocker, because you can't beat out the middle on the other side as much.
Coach Jacoby, tell me, this is obviously a winning team. You've got something set up. How does next year look for the team?
The future is very bright for us here at PA. The 3 girls that we have here with us tonight are our 3 seniors. They were our 3 senior captains. We are definitely going to miss their presence next year. Just kind of sharing a few stats from them. Evelyn broke 300 kills while she was at the state tournament. I want to say it was close to about 325 just in a single season, which is absolutely phenomenal. Lainey broke 100 aces in a single season. I want to say it was at the state tournament as well, or maybe last week. Charlotte was fantastic as well. She reached over 150 kills, and she also had well over 300 assists for us as a setter. So as you can tell, lots and lots of phenomenal numbers that are very hard to accomplish in just one season. So we're definitely going to miss them. They were definitely a strong presence. They were all 6 rotation players, so they played every single point, every single rotation, every single set. But since we're only losing 3 players, we have a lot of girls that have some varsity experience, that got varsity experience this past season. And I'm looking forward to growing that experience for next year as well.
Evelyn, when did you start playing volleyball?
In the 7th grade.
Okay, and same question for Lainey.
I started playing in the 7th grade too.
Okay, Charlotte?
5th grade.
5th grade. Coach Jacoby, if somebody wanted to become involved in this program, when should they get started? How do they contact you, or how do they get started in volleyball?
Just recently, I think this is our 2nd year, we have a 5th and 6th grade program that a lot of the private schools in the Little Rock area has kind of started up a league. Really, the earlier that you can start playing the game and touching a volleyball, the better. I started playing I started going to camps when I was in 3rd grade and just continued going to camps. There's all kinds of club volleyball teams in the area that they can be a part of just within the good 30 to 40 mile range here. Lots of great organizations that can just get you to fall in love with the game of volleyball. I'm pretty sure that these girls can tell you that they started playing and they just fell in love with it. It wasn't just something for them to do. They're passionate about it, and they absolutely love this game.
Are any of you going to play after high school?
Yes, I'm going to play beach volleyball at UCA.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. And folks, stick around. We've got just a little bit more time left in halftime. We're going to go over the statistics of the first half and look forward to the second half and talk about what the football team has left the rest of the year. We'll be right back with Pulaski Academy versus Watson Chapel. You're listening to 101.1 FM, The Answer.
Welcome back to Rector Field at Joe B. Hatcher Stadium, where the Pulaski Academy Bruins are leading the Watson Chapel Wildcats 22-14. We're here at halftime. It's senior night as well as homecoming, and I'm actually watching a student in a full ball gown directing the band that's on the field, putting on a show for the packed crowd that we have. It's quite a bit of festivities going here tonight. It's very exciting. It's perfect night for it. A little chilly for some folks, but we discussed it earlier tonight. It's about the crisp evening you expect in the fall, and I have Brooks Beasley beside me here, and he's got some stats to go over with us. What do you got for us, Brooks? Oh. Amen. uh-uh. Six. So we had Bratcher, Polk, Cobb, Kelly, Woods, Zarius Woods. Okay. Oh wow. That would be one heck of a senior night if he was able to pull that off. Well, and Brooks, I just checked it, and the way it's scored is the quarterback, whoever the person who threw the ball gets the full stats for the pass. So however many yards he went, and then the first receiver gets all the stats up until he pitched the ball, and then the second. The person who received the lateral pass gets the remaining yards. So they kind of divvy it up between the three of them. But there you go. You learn something new every day, right? Well, no, I just whoever's coming through them later on, they can figure that out for us. And we can talk about it next week. So that was Blake Titus that came up with the fumble. I thought I saw Richard Griffith in there, but I appreciate you correcting me on that. I want to make sure that the proper player gets stats. So, go ahead. That's okay. Well, and they certainly play into what I think is the story of the night, which is containing number 4, Devin Curry. I mean, he is proven to be an elusive runner. Certainly always looking for the corners, certainly looking to follow his blockers and find the open space. And the Bruins, started off, they were not ready for it. I mean, it certainly is, and not just big, but fast. I mean, they're extremely fast. So, well, we got a few minutes. It looks like we got the cheerleaders around the field putting on a show for the packed house we have here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and send it to break, and we'll be back in a few minutes here with Josh Carroll to lead us into the second half. So stay right here, folks. You're listening to 101.1 FM, The Answer.
Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. I'm Joshua Carroll, joined by Holt Short and Brooks Beasley. And we've got about 2 minutes remaining on the clock. They'll throw another 3 up there, so really we've got about 5 or 6 minutes left before we kick off the second half of tonight's game. The Bruins leading this one 22-14 over the Watson Chapel Wildcats. It's a homecoming night, and of course that's a lot of fun. A lot of the kids are, a lot of the students are amped up. They're ready to party. And the theme tonight is Harry Potter Homecoming, and so a lot of them are out there in their Hogwarts robes, and some of them have wands, and hopefully they got those legally from a good, reputable wand maker.
Is there an irreputable?
Oh yeah. You don't want to. The kids at Durmstrang, they get their wands from alternative sources. They go to a different guy. He's not as good, but those who went to Hogwarts, they know where to get a good wand down in London.
I'm a Lord of the Rings fan myself. I'm
Right.
not much Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know.
So here in America, we actually have those of the magical community would attend Ilvermorny, the Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and
Do they
Wizardry.
have a football team?
No, but they do have a Quidditch team that's pretty good. Pretty good. They actually, of course, link that back here to Central Arkansas football. You know, one of their houses is the Wampus Cats,
Oh, okay.
just like
There you
my
go.
old alma mater.
There you go.
Now, see, there's something we can get Brooks to wake up to. Yeah. So that's the Wampus Cats of Ilvermorny.
One thing we were trying to go over in our heads and trying to remember was, did J.D. White get that offer from Arkansas State? He did, in fact, get an offer from Arkansas State this past week. So congratulations to him. Good to see him getting the accolades and the attention that he deserves, that he's earned.
That's true. That's right.
I saw he actually is a preferred walk-on offer to Kentucky, so he's certainly gotten the attention of, some SEC schools, and at least one team thinks he has the talent to compete or at least play for the practice squad, if nothing else. So.
Yeah, we do have one. Let's see. He's going to look it up.
Yep.
Of course, I've lost my train of thought. Oh, we were going to talk about social media real quick. Folks, while he's looking that up for us, hashtag PA Bruins. Let us know what you think about the game.
And
if you're
the nicknames.
And the nicknames. Yeah, tell us some additional nicknames we might consider, if you know of any. Hop on Twitter, or if you're at home, you've got an Instagram account. I would love to see how you're watching the game tonight. You got your feet kicked up. Maybe you've got a fire going in the fireplace. That's always fun to see. So if you're enjoying the game at home, throw a photo out on Instagram with the hashtag PA Bruins. We'd love to see that as well.
Yes, sir. So let's see here. I believe the Bruins received the ball in the first half, so
That's
they're
right.
going to be kicking off. So we're going to start off the second half with an onside kick. So far tonight, they've not had much success with that. There was one that looked like it had the potential to go the Bruins' way. It took a big old hop, but unfortunately, it did not help out the Bruins or end up the way they wanted it to. I believe we've discovered who the former Pulaski Academy Bruin is that plays for Auburn.
Was that Brooks Walton?
Does that look?
No, it wasn't Brooks Walton. Okay.
Oh, he's looking to walk on at
Auburn.
Auburn.
That's our our trivia question for tonight.
Yeah.
So those who might know that trivia question answer, just go ahead and you can tweet it. Tweet us the answer using hashtag PA Bruins. Love to hear from you.
Well, and
The
players
Bruins
are coming out.
They're
in the
coming
field.
back out. They're amped up. They're excited. They've got a couple. It's quite cute. Look down here, Holt. You're missing out right here on the 46-yard line. Couple of girls. They look like they're in kindergarten or perhaps first grade.
Goodness.
Getting high fives from each of the team members as they come out.
Hands are going to be sore. If they
They're happy. I love it. I love it. One of my favorite programs at Pulaski Academy is the senior brother, senior sister program. And they pair up the seniors with different classes in the lower school. And it's great because a lot of the seniors remember when they were in first and second grade and they had a senior brother and a senior sister come to their class. And so it's great for them to have that full circle, and they now get to have those young kids that look up to them the same way.
And I mean, literally look up. It's so funny to see the pictures. If you go on Facebook, if you follow Little Rock Pulaski Academy on Facebook, you can see some of those pictures.
Right.
And they're just looking up at them, and it's always with awe.
It is.
Fascination and just an amazement that, this big person, this big kids,
Right.
some of them is taking the time out to hang out with me and teach me what they've learned.
Right. Okay. Place kicking for kickoffs. Plays for Auburn. Played at Pulaski Academy. Receiver at Auburn.
So he's not at Auburn anymore, is he? Okay.
Yeah. I think I know who it is.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to keep it to myself.
Well, that would defeat the purpose.
Let's see. Are they going to take the extra 3 minutes? I'm not sure that they are.
They already did.
No, they already did it. We're done.
Yep.
We're ready to kick this thing off. Thank you for joining us, and we're going to kick off the second half. The Bruins leading this game 22-14 over Watson Chapel. Just some real quick scores as I can before they get the kickoff going. In the in the 5A Central, you got Maumelle falling behind Little Rock Christian 28-38 at halftime. Little Rock Fair 0, BB 41 in the second quarter. Other scores around 5A include Blytheville 22, Paragould 7, Farmington 21, Morrilton 31. We'll take another look at those later on in the game. Here comes Savannah Goodwin to kick off for the Bruins at the 40-yard line. She has the ball teed up, upright. There's the kick. Nice bounce right at the 50-yard line, but number 4, Devin Curry himself for the Wildcats, bringing that one straight down to the ground. He was lucky he did so because he had 2 Bruins right behind him ready to snatch that one up.
That took the kind of hop that you want to see.
That's
it
right.
fooled everyone on that Wildcat line.
Perfect placement.
Yeah, except unfortunately the number 4.
Quarterback himself, Mr.
Yep.
Curry.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats will have the possession at the 50-yard line. It's 1st and 10 here in the third quarter. Devin Curry under center. He has 2 receivers, 1 on either side, 3 men in the backfield. Little play action. He's going to keep it himself and try to push across the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure he made any gain at all on that one.
I'm not sure that was the planned play either because he looked like he was trying to hand it off to a man that was not there.
Right.
I know we're going with the supernatural theme tonight, but there ain't no ghost on that field. And
If there were, that's okay because we ain't afraid of no ghosts.
nope. Yeah. Once again, how many of the players on the field do you think would recognize that reference?
Oh, see, I just don't know. I don't want to know. That's what it is. I don't want to know how many would recognize that or wouldn't, probably is the more appropriate reference. There's Curry with the snap. Little pass to number 14, Deontay Cooper. He makes his way across the 50-yard line and is stopped at the 49-yard line inside Bruins territory. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Well, and the Bruins are going to need to watch that play because that's the type of play where Curry's going to fake that pitch backwards and then just take it off himself to that right side. And, I mean, all the Bruins were on the left side ready to stop it. There wasn't anyone there to contain him had he decided to keep it.
So from the Bruins' 49-yard line, here's the Wildcats, 3rd and 9. 10:42 on the clock and counting. Curry under center. There's the snap. He's going to keep it. Running to the left side of the field. He's at the hash mark across the 50-yard line and is pulled down by his ankles by number 36, Bennett Perkins.
Yeah, Bennett Perkins and Futa Shinkawa both shook off some blockers there, did a good job of getting back there and preventing him from picking up any more yardage than he did. So huge 4th down here. I mean, this is the kind of stop that if the Bruins pick this off and pull this off, get the ball back to their offense near the midfield, it's the kind of play that they're going to take advantage of, or the position.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Garrett Pritchard entering the game for the defense for the Bruins. Shot clock. The play clock's at 5-4. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 6, Quishan German, and he's forced back away from the line of scrimmage. The Wildcats get a big stop on that play.
Oh, and Chris
They take
Connell.
a big stop.
Yes, Chris Connell had a huge stop there, and he knew it. I mean, he hopped up. He's beating his chest. He wanted the world to know who
he did.
Who did that.
He was
Who you
helped
gonna
out.
call?
He was helped out by Futa Shinkawa and Blake Titus with that stop. So the Bruins take possession on the Wildcat side of the line, 47-yard line. 9:46 remaining in the third quarter. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking. He's going to keep the ball. He's just across the 45-yard line. Looks like he made it right back to the line of scrimmage.
That's something you very rarely see with the Bruin offense. They actually had Kelly behind him. Usually it's to the left, to the right, or
Sure.
in motion, or even three back there. But that time he's behind him. Now he's lined up to his right.
He's got one on the left, three on the right, one tailback. There's the snap. Looking to pass. It's complete to Kelly. He's across the 30 and forced out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Bruins.
Oh, and Kelly was lined up in what amounts to a hybrid tight end position. He wasn't quite fully near the line.
Right.
But he wasn't right next to Bradshaw. He was just kind of out there.
Looked like he could, at the spur of the moment, serve as either. So 9:08 on the clock. There's the snap to Bradshaw. He's rolling to the left side. Looking to pass. The pass is out there, and it's complete to Henry. He's at the 10, at the 5. He's going to still push. He's pushing hard. He got it. He hit the pylon right at the very corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Henry. Touchdown, Bruins.
Goodness, and he took a lick, and then he decided he's going to give some back himself.
He wasn't going to go down without a fight on that one, and he still he dragged that Wildcat right across the line of scrimmage.
Wow. I wish we could see a replay of that.
Here it comes, right there. He got hit right at the 5 and still pushed him and made his way to the pylon. So here's the 2-point conversion attempt, and it's good. So the Bruins, with 8:57 remaining in the third quarter, leading this one 30-14.
I did not. Who made that 2-point conversion?
I didn't see it. It was such a scrum. I couldn't see who carried the ball. They went right up the middle.
Well, Luke Haunted Halls is pumped up.
He really is.
He was hollering for the crowd to get into it. It looks like a few of them are starting to. Most of them still kind of bundled up. Understandably so. It's a little chilly out there. Student section's all standing as always.
Of course. I would expect nothing less.
But that's once again, and this is a pattern we've seen with the Bruins this year. They, even if they have a slow first half, they don't do quite what they want to do. They come out hot in that second half.
You hear this song, I have to do the moves from the music video.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to.
It's required.
Yeah. It's a good thing this is a radio program.
Yes.
Don't you turn that camera this way, Papa. Don't do it. That last drive for the Bruins was a 4-play, 453-yard drive that resulted in a 21-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to Hudson Henry. Take a guess, how long?
I'll say 47 seconds.
That was close, 49 seconds off the clock.
There's the kick by Clay James, and that was a bobbler. Is it going to make the 10 yards?
No.
It did not make it the 10 yards required.
So there's the flag, of course. The onside kick does have to go 10 yards before the kicking team can touch it. So it was downed on the Bruins' 49-yard line.
We have not seen that variation in a while. We've seen a lot of the big hoppers, the worm burners. I feel like I'm going out some spells out here.
Yeah, you think you might have. You're making it snow out there.
Folks, if things start going upside down, blame it on me.
Yeah. Of course, if you missed the reference earlier, it is Harry Potter Homecoming for the Bruins. So there's lots of the students are out there dressed in Harry Potter robes or colors from their chosen house of magic. There's a handoff, goes to number 3, Javarius Brown. He's right up the middle of the field and is brought down at about the 43-yard line. It's about a 7-yard gain. It'll be second down. Nope, they're going to back it up a little bit. It'll be second down and 4 to go.
That was Clinton Wilson. That was primarily on the tackle. I think he had a little help in there. I couldn't quite see who it was, but no, it looks like number 14, Jake Terry, was in there to help him as well.
Once again, Curry under center with 3 behind him. He has single receivers on either side. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 14. That's Deontay Cooper. Nowhere, but he still gets about a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and about 4 yards to go.
That was number 7, Chris Connell, and number 36, Boone Perkins. That's Bennett Perkins for those of you just chiming in.
Boone it.
Ruin it.
Third down, 3 yards to go, 7:49 and counting on the clock. Curry under center for the Wildcats. It's 5 seconds on the play clock. 4, 3, 2, 1. They got the snap off. Curry's going to keep it, run to the right side. He's going to carry number 7, Chris Connell, on his back for about a yard before dropping about 1 yard shy of the first down.
Oh, and is that's they're looking at 4th and 1. I think Bennett Perkins was in there to help him, but yeah, that was Chris Connell that initially jumped on his back. So we got another big 4th down play coming up, 4th and 2. You know, they have not wavered from that wishbone formation tonight. They just stayed with it the
whole game.
Yep.
4th and 2, Curry under center. There's the snap. This time goes to Javarius Brown right up the middle. Looks like he got the first down, I believe.
Yeah,
yes, he did.
There was one Bruin back there that looked like he had a shot at bringing him down, but I'm afraid had he actually brought him down, it would have required grabbing his face mask, so it's probably for the best that he did not do that. So it looks like number 46, J.P. Katie Combs. Running
Caddy
out there.
Combs, I get it.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, wow. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the Bruins' 37-yard line. 6:39 on the clock. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 14, Deontay Cooper, straight up the middle. It's about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
You know, we talk about how many players that the Bruins have had in the backfield taking the snap, but I feel like there's been at least 8 different Wildcats that have run the ball and
feels
with
that way.
intended run plays. Number 3, number 14, number 6, number 12, number 12, number 4, you know, all of them. And, of course, those are the 4 guys that make up that wishbone.
There's the snap once again. Curry going to keep it this time straight up the middle, and he's met by the Bruins after about a 3-yard gain. The ball's loose. It's on the ground at the 39-yard line. We're going to see who comes up out of that one.
Looks like it's
the Bruins are saying they have it, of course. One of the Bruins comes out of the scrum holding the ball.
It looked like Tolliver Hunt, number 52 for the Wildcats, probably had initial possession of it, but
yes,
they're
the Bruins take possession after the fumble. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 39-yard line.
Once
wow.
again, one of those times where replay might have told them something differently, but you know, when it comes to a toss-up like that, possession is 9/10 of the law.
You would know.
I would know.
Wow, that's the second. You know, I won't say questionable,
but
you know, it could be questioned. Call
50-50,
that, yeah, 50-50
yeah, it could go either way.
That has gone in favor of the Bruins tonight. So that's great. Braden Bratcher has the snap. Handoff goes to Kelly. He runs straight up the middle. He goes to the 45-yard line with another couple yards. It looks like he'll be stopped at the 48. That'll be 2nd down and 2 yards to go for the Bruins.
That was good on the offensive line there to open up that hole and give them that running space.
Hurry up offense. They're back on the line. 5:23 on the clock and counting. 15 seconds on the play clock. Looks like some movement on the right side. He has 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. He's looking downfield. Henry is open. He's got it. Henry at the 30-yard line, and he's forced down at the 27-yard line. That'll move the chains. 1st down, Bruins.
And the Bruins are doing an excellent job of giving Bratcher more time. Chase McCarver, I mean, he looked like he was almost in a fist fight out there with the man that was in front of him. And it was just shoving, but it was some good hard shoving. He was doing a good job of keeping his man in front of him.
Here's Bratcher in the shotgun. He's going to keep it this time. Nope, he's going to hand it off to Kelly. Kelly's up the right sidelines and is forced out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. So in the red zone.
We see that play about once a game with that option where Bratcher keeps it, but he has a man to his right or man to his left, just someone running alongside him.
Right.
It's kind of a safety valve there, and he took advantage of it that time.
2nd down, 3 yards to go for the Bruins, 4:54 remaining in the quarter. There's the snap to Bratcher. It's kind of a fake pass. This time goes to Mason Cobb. He's wrapped up almost immediately. It was kind of an interesting, it was like a flinch. He kind of flinched it to Cobb, but then he actually did kind of shovel pass over to Cobb.
Cobb was looking to throw it downfield to J.D. White, but he recognized J.D. White was covered, and he instead to try to go ahead and pick up that first down. He came up a little short, though.
3rd down and 1. Bratcher again in the shotgun. He's got Mason Cobb to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. He's looking downfield, got pressure. Oh, and he was looking for Mason Cobb. He was threw the ball right behind him.
Yeah. Well, Cobb just didn't realize that Bratcher was getting pressured.
There's
as
a
much
flag
as he
on the
was.
play, holding against the Bruins. That's not where we needed that penalty.
Well, but the Wildcats did not hesitate to take it. I mean, that's a, would you prefer the Bruins to have 3rd and 11 or 4th and 1? Considering that the Bruins,
I'd
their
say
goal
third,
is to
third
get
and
it-
11.
You really?
Yeah, I would take that with the Bruins. Absolutely.
That's true.
Any other team? Yeah, I'd take the 4th and 1. That would have put them right at the 18-yard line. That's definitely a field goal for any other team.
Yeah, that's true.
Braden Bratcher, there's the snap. He's looking to pass. Oh, and he gets wrapped up, sacked in the backfield at the 36-yard line.
That was Devin Curry.
Wow.
I mean, the man of many talents.
Making plays on both sides. So that'll bring up 4th down, 20 yards to go for the Bruins. 3:47 on the clock.
Blake Titus is coming off, and looks like we have Nate Cumming.
Nate Cumming and Mason Cobb both coming on. So now Bratcher has 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. Lots of time. He's looking downfield. Still plenty of time. Now he's going to throw it. Oh, and it's in and out of the arms of Nate Cumming right inside the 10-yard line. So that pass is incomplete. He just couldn't latch onto that ball long enough to keep it in keep it in bounds.
Well, and Bratcher was flirting with the possibility of
keeping
going
it
past
himself,
that.
yeah.
Well, that and go. He almost went across the line of scrimmage there. He's been guilty of doing that a handful of times this year, and I was, watching that little red marker and watching him, but he was just aiming for downfield, and unfortunately couldn't come up with it on the other end.
3:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Bruins leading 30-14 over Watson Chapel.
Well, and the Bruins, I mean, they've had, forced 3 turnovers so far this game. Done a good job after that first unfortunate few series where they gave up the touchdowns.
So now the Wildcats have the ball, and there's a flag that comes in before the snap. And
Too many men on the field.
the referee's out there counting them off. He says no, illegal
Yep,
participation.
12. I count 12.
That's right.
They said there would not be math, and yet here I am.
Your pre-algebra teacher would be proud.
Yes.
So after backing them up, the Wildcats have the ball on their own 37-yard line.
My mother's enjoying that joke, and I don't even want to
Excuse me,
explain
32.
why.
32-yard line. There's 1st and 15. Curry to pass. His pass goes sailing over the head of Taki Urquhart, and it's incomplete.
That was number 9, Trent Sawyer-Bones.
Trent Sawyer-Bones.
Yes, on the defense there. He
Look at
I've
that
noticed
full moon.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
For those folks out there in radio land, of course you can just look up in the sky and see it yourself, but we have a nearly full moon out there. I'm not sure. Is it waxing or waning? I can't remember.
Yep.
One of those two.
It sure is. There's the snap. Handoff this time goes to number 1. That's Javion Jackson. No, I'm sorry. That's number 31, Keontae Sykes. He makes his way up to the 34-yard line where he stopped. That'll be 3rd down and still 14 yards to go for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats seem to only really have one passing play, and that's take the shot downfield when they're single coverage.
Right.
And every time it's been one Bruin back there, to try to make the stop, and every time they've been successful.
2:39 remaining on the clock in the third quarter. Play clock's at 5-4. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 6, Quashawn German. Makes his way up to the 37-yard line. That's the original line of scrimmage. So that'll give them 4th down and 10 yards to go.
And that was Bennett Perkins and Chris Connell that combined on the tackle there. Perkins got in there early on, then Chris Connell came in to help bring him down. Got some spooky music going on in the background there. Not sure if you folks can hear it, but
I think that's typical Friday night music here, I believe. 2 minutes even on the clock.
It?
Yeah.
Sounds haunted to me.
It's fourth down.
Okay.
You know,
fair enough.
trying to scare them a little bit. And here comes the timeout called by the Wildcats. We'll take a timeout with them. Bruins leading this game 30-14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pulaski Academy Bruin football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. And it's lots of kids dressed up in different costumes, but lots of bears. That's popular at PA, of course. Here's Devin Curry in the shotgun this time. He's got a man in motion. Little play action. He's handoff to shovel pass to number 14, Deontay Cooper, up the right side of the field and slides out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Looks like they'll put it down on the Wildcats' own 49-yard line. That is enough for the first down for Watson Chapel.
And that was 4th down. That was a big play by the Wildcats there.
Most
Futa
certainly.
Shinkawa, he saw it was coming, but he just couldn't get to the sideline quickly enough to bring him down shy of the first down marker.
We have 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
He's back in the shotgun again.
It's interesting. Twice in a row. Looks like the same formation. There's the snap. This time he's going to keep it right up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 yards on that one. So it'll be second down and about 6.
Well, and I'm trying to see. Once again, there was just a den of Bruins out there just to stop him. There's Clinton Wilson apparently was on the primary tackler there, but he had some assistance from Garrett Pritchard, who's first time we've called his name tonight. It's number 82. Gruesome
Garrett. That's right.
Double G. GGP. No.
You down with GGP? Yeah, you don't know.
What is with the 80s and 90s references?
I don't know.
We're showing our age.
Yep. There's the snap. He's looking to pass, and he's got a man out there. Let's see. No, sirree. That pass was intended for number 8, Taki Urquhart. It was batted away by our own kicker, number 8, Clay James.
That was beautifully defended. I mean, he just could not have timed that diving leap any better to get out in front of that ball and knock it down. I mean, that receiver thought he was heading home for the touchdown.
He certainly did. He didn't even see James behind him over his right shoulder. He was able to make that leap and get that hand in the way just in the nick of time. 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bruins leading 30-14. There's the snap. Handoff. And the ball carrier is met right at the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 4 yards to go. 1 yard gain on the play.
I believe that was the Grim Reaper himself, Grant Pino, that was in there on the stop along with Chris Connell and Jake Terry.
Jake the Terrible Terry.
Terrible Terry. Tombstone Terry.
Tombstone Terry.
Tombstone Terry.
Oh, my.
So 4th down once again. I'd be interested to see if the Wildcats are going to try to get this play in. There's 15. No, they're going to have to. There's only 7 seconds left on the play clock.
5, 4, 3. There's the snap. Curry run to the right side of the field, and he's sacked in the backfield by number 32. He forgot to account for the Shinkawa equation.
Wow, and that defense is fired up, and the offense is out there just as quickly. I mean, they're licking their chops now. They're ready. Look at those.
Yeah.
I know the folks at home can see it on the TV. If you're on the radio, the offensive line is dancing.
I don't think I've ever seen Thomas Vaughn do knee kicks before, out on the field at least. But he is ready to go. Thomas Vaughn, of course, the center for the Bruins.
Yep.
He's a big guy at 6'4", 305 pounds. You just imagine that yourself. It'll give you a good chuckle. It was something to see. Bratcher in the shotgun. He's got Kelly right behind him. Moves to his left side. Yeah, his left side. He's got one receiver to the left, three to the right. Hand off to Kelly. Right up the middle. He's at right across the 45-yard line, and he was moving fast. If he got through that line, he was gone, but he was tripped up at the last second by number 12, Demarion Woodson.
All in sync by the crowd told the entire story.
It did. He had some speed on him, and if Woodson had not grabbed his ankle just at that second, he was gone.
So that's the end of the third quarter.
The Bruins are leading this one 30-14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins leading 30-14 over Watson Chapel. Just starting the fourth quarter. There's the snap to Bratcher. He passes to Isarius Woods. He's across the 35, and he stopped at the 30 by number 64 of the Wildcats. That's Adarius Lewis. That'll move the chains. First down, Bruins.
And that was the about the shortest variation of a pass that there could be. It was really just a pitch forward.
It really was. Bruins on their hurry-up offense once again. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He has twins on either side. Isarius Woods to his right. There's the snap. He's going to pass across to J.D. White at the left side. He's up. He's in the end zone already. He's there. You couldn't blink, and he was gone.
Wow. Well, and that was a huge block by Hudson Henry. We almost made it the entire game. Almost. This close.
We were that close.
But, yeah, Hudson Henry had a huge block there. One senior helping out another senior on senior night. Isn't that what it's all about?
It's from the 30-yard line to the end zone in the blink of an eye.
I mean, he really was.
Like, now here's an old reference that just came to my head. Missed it by that much. Yeah. Here comes number 8, Clay James, to kick the point after for the Bruins. Waiting for the snap. There it is. The kick is up. The kick is good. Right on top the roof of the Buck Center. So there you have it. Touchdown pass is good. The extra point attempt is good. Let's keep it right here.
Is there a net back there?
No, there's not.
So where does the ball go?
The ball goes down because of gravity.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Little science there for you. I'm here all night. The ball goes onto the roof of the Buck Center, and then it basically rolls because it's sort of round.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that does it not ever go over?
Sure it does, if they kick it hard enough.
Who's the unlucky soul who has to go hunt it down?
The guy who they say go get it.
Oh.
Kids.
Oh,
kids
well,
go
never
get
mind. No, they're going to love that.
The ball boys. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. There's Christina Carroll on our headset giving us some insider info.
If anyone knows about the younger students
Yeah,
and
what
how
they're
to
up
keep
to.
them in line
That's
and tell
right.
them what to do.
She's on it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
funny.
Not that she keeps anyone else in line out here.
Hey.
What do we got, Brooks?
Well, this last scoring drive for the Bruins was a 3-play, 52-yard drive that resulted in a 30-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. It took 42 seconds off the clock. Another very short run for the Bruins, 11:21 on the clock. Here's the kick off the foot of Vaughn Seelick, and it's an onside kick across the 50-yard line. It looks like the Bruins have it. They're going to see. What do they say? No. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. The Bruins recover the onside kick on the Wildcats' 45-yard line. That is some great positioning.
That was impressive, and I think it was number 31 of the Wildcats that it bounced off, and Jack Gerard was there to pick up the mistake. Number 37, the Jackal himself.
Wow.
So yes, the Bruins are starting off with the ball at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats.
Crazy, man.
First onside kick they recovered tonight. First one in a while, it feels like.
It's been a while. 11-17 in the fourth quarter. Bruins leading 37-14 over Watson Chapel. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He's got Jaden Kelly to his left side. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's got Mason Cobb in motion. Handoff goes to Kelly, and he gets wrapped up almost immediately. They're going to lose a yard on that play.
There was definitely some miscommunication there. Kelly ran into Mason Cobb, who was in motion.
Yeah.
It looked like Braden Bratcher was confused from the get-go. Let's see if they can get it figured out here. And, yeah, they look a little more comfortable this play.
Bratcher again in the shotgun. This time hands off to Kelly, who runs to the right side of the field. He's across the 45, and he's going to run out of bounds right at the 44. So they're going to pick up the yard that they lost plus 1 more. So that'll be 3rd and 9.
That was Caleb Smith on the right side, crypt keeper Caleb Smith.
Crypt keeper.
Yes, who was looking to.
Boy, that gave me a vision. I just saw that one.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I've heard that name, the crypt keeper.
Yeah, I had to dig a little deep. There were quite
did.
a few C names in the
roster. 10:45 on the clock. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass. He's getting some pressure from the defense. Still looking to pass. He throws the ball out there. He had Henry in the vicinity, I'll say, but it was still several yards away. He was really just kind of throwing that one away.
I think one of the cheerleaders for the Wildcats might have actually been the intended receiver there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Always
not sure if they came up with it, but doesn't really count.
Equal opportunity sport.
There you go. Oh, and we had a penalty on the field, but it was declined.
Yeah.
Wait, well, yeah, the Bruins haven't figured out that it was declined yet. So if you were asking yourself,
why are they 10
would they
yards
would
away?
they take 3rd and 20 or 4th and 10?
Looks like 4th and 10.
4th and 10.
It's actually 4th and 9.
4th and
10:34 on the clock. Here comes the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to pass. He's got lots of pressure from all over the place. There's the pass. It's up and in the hands of number 4. Wow. Merritt Jones brings that one down for the first down under severe pressure.
Well, yeah, Bratcher was under severe pressure, and then Jones braced himself for what he thought was going to be a
He
big
did.
hit. But the man that was defending him actually went for the ball, luckily for Jones, because that could have been painful.
10:20 left in this game. Ball's on the Wildcats' 37-yard line. Bratcher's throwing it out there, and it's deflected. It was intended for Hudson Henry, and it gets knocked down by number 24, I believe that was. Was that Caleb? No, that was not.
Looked like it was 20, just number 20.
20.
Number 20, that's Zacchaeus Scott. Yeah, that very rarely do you see Braden Bratcher just kind of heave it up there to, be taken for whoever, but when Henry's out there, it's going to happen. Oh,
there's the snap. Handoff goes to Kelly. He stopped short right at the line of scrimmage. They say Zacchaeus was a wee little man, but this one is 5'10", 180 pounds. He's not so wee.
No, sir. No. Well, on the bigger side for a secondary, high school secondary player, if you will.
Bratcher in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers left. Kelly to his left, 1 receiver to the far right. There's the snap. He's looking down the left side. Lots of pressure, and he's wrapped up and sacked in the backfield just behind the 40-yard line. That one hurts. That'll bring up 3rd down and a bus ride. There's that 4th down.
This is going to be 4th down.
Yeah.
The markers are off from the
scoreboard, and the markers are all confusing.
Yes, it is 4th and, as you said, a bus ride, a plane trip.
A nice jog. It's a cross-country event. Here's Bratcher in the shotgun. There's the snap, looking to pass. Again, some pressure, not as bad. Now he's getting the pressure. He's going to move to the right side of the field. He's still going to try and keep this ball, but he runs out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and that's where the ball will turn over on downs.
I kind of feel like the offensive line might be a little tired at this point. It
feels that way.
They've been on the field a lot more than they're used to tonight because the Bruins have had several stalled drives. Normally you have your minute and a half drives, but in this case they've had. I feel like they took 4 minutes off the clock, 3 or 4 minutes off the clock there, and still turned the ball over. So, I mean, obviously they get to go to the sidelines, but they don't have the satisfaction of having gotten to the end zone there. So,
try to open the window a little bit in here. It's getting kind of steamy, but it's quite loud out there.
Well, there's 8 minutes, 52 seconds left in this game with the Bruins up 37-14. Looks like it's a modified wishbone. We have a flag on the field because the play clock ran down. So
that is the first time that they've been called on it, but at least the second time that they've committed that infraction.
Yes. Yeah. So the Wildcats know. Now they're saying they called timeout.
Let's see. No, he'll wave off and allow them to have the timeout. Let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. 8:52 remaining in this game. The Bruins leading 37-14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Back at Pulaski Academy, there's the snap, handoff immediately. This time it has number 5, Ricky Farver was the quarterback for the Wildcats. First time we've seen him in tonight in that position.
And number 6, Quishon German. And they were lucky that they didn't turn that ball over right there because not only was the snap a little high, but the Mr. German almost gave it up himself.
Wildcats back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. 8:15 remaining in the game. Number 5, Ricky Farver in the shotgun. He's going to try and pass it, but it is short. He had number 8, Taki Urquhart. He was about the Bruins' 45-yard line, but the ball came in about 4 yards behind him. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats.
I did not see who put the pressure on the quarterback there. I want to say it might have been number 29, Richard Griffith, who was responsible for that ball falling short. But someone certainly was making friends with the quarterback back there.
No doubt. 8:05 remaining in the game. Farver again in the shotgun. He has 3 friends hanging out. 1 receiver to the left. He's going to pass it way over his head. His receiver was about 5 yards behind that one this time. It was, again, intended for Taki Urquhart.
most of those passes we've seen tonight have kind of been toss-ups that are short or in the vicinity, and that's the first one we've seen that was just out and out overthrown the receiver there. So,
well, he's probably just trying to adjust from the last pass, and
well, and it's a different quarterback too. You know,
Sure.
this is the first time he's taken a shot downfield tonight.
so here's 4th and 10 for the Wildcats. They're going for it. Again in the shotgun. Farber. He has one receiver on either side. There's whistle, flags coming in, and they're going to call false start against the Wildcats.
Well, and the offensive line was probably watching that play clock that was down to 2 by the time the flag was thrown. So getting a little anxious.
That hurt them last time. The clock got really low.
Yep.
They look up, they see it, they get nervous, so they jump.
So now they're looking at 4th and 15, and
From
they
their own
appear
30.
to still be going for it.
4th and 15 from their own 30.
Although, can't tell who's taking the snap.
That's number 5 again, Farber. Now he's going to throw the ball, and it's intended for number 10, Kevin Compton, at the Bruins' 40-yard line. And it goes in and out of his hands fairly quickly.
And that was Trent Sawyer who did a good job of breaking that pass up. He, turned around just in time and was able to bat at the ball and make sure that the receiver was not able to come up with it. And that receiver was number 10, Kevin Compton, for the Wildcats. He looks like he's a little shaken up. He might want to get some medical attention if he's having a hobble off that bat.
Yeah, they did stop the clock. The official called a timeout there to give him time to get off the field, so he's moving that direction.
Yeah, almost zombie-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
Hobbling.
He's kind of got a hitch in his giddy-up.
But he's walking off on his own power, and that's what we like to see.
That's true. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. Now another timeout called by the Wildcats. Wow, I'm questioning that one, burning a timeout when they're on defense there. Let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. The Bruins leading this one 37-14 over Watson Chapel. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. To Pulaski Academy, 7:53 remaining in this game. The Bruins leading 37-14 over Watson Chapel. Bruins have the ball on the Wildcats' 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Braden Bratcher, that's Kelly with the snap. He's going to keep it. He's across the 25. He's at the 20, and he gets brought down.
It was number 9, Anthony Newman, for the Wildcats, that was able to bring him down after that gain for.
He stopped at the 15. I was having a hard time seeing where the ball actually stopped.
Yeah.
He's at the 15-yard line, and, of course, that's a first down for the Bruins. This time Bratcher does receive the snap. He gives it to number 4. That's Merritt Jones, and he's in the end zone. Just like that, Merritt Jones gets the handoff and runs to the left side of the field, and he's in there before anybody can say hocus pocus.
Well, he needs to give a big old hug to Luke Hawes there, who laid a huge block at the end of that play to get him in the end zone. He left the defender on his back.
It's easy for Luke Hawes to do at 6'3", 275 pounds. He's a big old boy.
Yes, sir.
R.D. Mercer wouldn't even have to ask. Here's Clay James for the point after attempt. There's the snap. Hold is good. Kick is up. It's not as high as it could have been, but it's good. See, now that ball, somebody's going to need a ladder for.
Yeah.
'Cause it's on top of the awning this time.
Oh, whoops. So let's try to guess. How quickly do you think that drive was? 2 plays, about 30, 31 yards, 30 yards?
I'm going to say there was 47 seconds off the clock. That's
We'll
my
see.
guess.
I'm going to say 38.
38.
Although the first play was a running play, which means that clock is going to tick down. So,
It's a tricky one.
oh, Brooks is hiding the
He's
answer
hiding it.
from us.
All right, go ahead and make your final prediction.
38.
38. What is it? What?
He said 47. 22
22 seconds. Holy moly.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, and that's 44 to 14 lead here for the Bruins with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. Looks like the Bruins are out to kick, onside kick, if you will. I did not see who stepped out there.
I think it's Savannah Goodwin.
Savannah Goodwin.
Yep.
Yeah, she had an impressive kick that
She
last
did.
one. Let's see if she can.
Took a nice hop. Just like you said earlier, it was just what you want to see on those onside kicks. She has it teed up just like she did before. This time looks like she's going to kick from left to right. So the ball is teed up. Wait a minute, what's he pointing at? She doesn't like it. She's going to point it the other direction. She's going to kick
She's
this
got
time
4 seconds. She
from
needs
left to
call
right.
timeout.
You better get it. Nope, there it comes. No, she got it. She got it kicked off right into the hands of number 3. That's Javarius Brown, and he gets stopped right where he received it at the 45-yard line in Wildcat territory. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, and I was discussing Javarius Brown earlier about the fact that he plays all different positions and does a lot of things on the offense. I did not realize he's 5'9", 210 pounds.
My goodness.
I mean, after seeing him catch that ball, he looked like he was ready to go with it.
He did. He took off. Of course, it was laterally. He took off across the sideline, or
But
excuse me,
he
across
knew
the
what
field.
he wanted to do with it.
He did.
He knew he had the skills to do it if he had the room. But the Bruins were.
He couldn't break free.
Yep.
7:22 left in the game. Bruins leading 44 to 14. Is that number 4 again? Yes. No, it's number 5 back out there. Farver under center. Hands off immediately to number. Let's see who that. Number 32. That's Travis White. He's wrapped up by Chris Connell and Jake Terry.
Oh, and they just look like they're stuck in the middle anytime they break out the wishbone formation. I want to call it the Wildcat, the wishbone, because they're
Right.
the Wildcats, but they're playing the wishbone formation. And
Right.
just too many W's.
No gain, no loss. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Once again, number 5, Ricky Farver out there under center. He has 1 receiver left, 1 right, 3 in the backfield. Little shovel pass to number 32, Travis White. Makes his way back up to the line of scrimmage, and he's stopped again. 3rd and 10.
Oh, and that was Matthew Hugg doing his best impression of Futa Shinkawa coming across that far side and chasing down the running back and bringing him down. He did an excellent job, and clearly he's picking up where he left off last week.
When Matthew wraps them up, is that a hug? 6:06 remaining in the game. There's the snap. Pass this time to Deontay Cooper. He runs to the left side of the field and is stopped short again. That'll be 4th and 10.
Are we allowed to throw flags in the press box on jokes?
Let's just say if Mr. Rainwater was here, he would have given me the buzz on that one. Yeah.
Yes.
The 4th down and 10. Looks like they're going to actually kick this one this time. It's the first kick we've seen tonight. First punt. Excuse me. There's the snap. It's up in the air, and the Bruins leave the field. Again, confusing all of the players. They're going to run after it. They don't know what's going on.
Number 7 for the Wildcats just turned around and somewhat concern and confusion as the Bruins were just running off the field.
You've even got number 20 out here still holding his hands up. Like, what are we doing?
Okay, so folks, I'm excited for this because Josh Carroll is going to have to figure out what is going on in the field right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is going to be fun. So I think this
Good
is where
luck,
we
buddy.
had we have a guest coach on the field today. We were kind of tipped off that we have here he comes. Look at him coming in. Here's Slade, a 2nd grader in the lower school for Pulaski Academy. He is getting ready to call this play himself. Slade is one of the assistant coaches for today because of an auction item he won. There's the pass. It goes across to number 4, Merritt Jones, and he is forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That's enough for a first down for the Bruins. Now here comes the trick play by Slade. I think that's the next one.
We assume it's a trick play.
Well, this time we have Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He has 2 on either side. Shovel pass goes to Woods. He runs to the right side of the field. He's across the 20, and he's forced down at about the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 2. So coming onto the field is number 10, Andrew Cobb, and number 1, Mason Cobb.
Coming off is Zarius Woods and Merritt Jones. Oh, looks like we got a penalty out there.
It's a holding against the Bruins.
Gonna have to talk to the assistant coach about that one.
Right. He's going to have him out there running laps. Here comes first down and 20 to go. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Cobb. He throws it out to 34. Blake Titus. He hands it off to number 5, J.D. White. He's across the 30. He's across the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, J.D. White. Bruins.
They're going to call it for a forward pass. That one's coming back, unfortunately.
Yeah, there is a flag sitting down there at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I'm afraid Henry tossed it forward when he needed to toss it backwards.
Right.
So it was well-executed play, just didn't have the angle they needed to pull it off. The fans are letting the referee know that they did not like.
They didn't like it.
Him ruining the fun.
Right.
Oh, blocking the back. It was not a forward pass. It looked like a forward pass, but
it was a forward pass. The crowd is upset about a block in the back, but it was a forward pass.
And Coach Lucas is unhappy down there.
Yeah, that's an unusual thing to see, but it does happen. See Coach Lucas unhappy.
Yep.
He's the most cheerful, upbeat person I've ever met. If you ever have a chance to meet him, that attitude that you get from him, it's genuine. That's him. 4:28 left in the game. Bruins leading 44-14 over Watson Chapel. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He's got Mason Cobb to his right. Handoff goes to Cobb. He's running right up the middle and across the 25, and he's stopped at about the 28-yard line. That'll bring him up to third down and about 3 yards to go.
Well, and the after the penalty, they still actually picked up yardage. So they're in a little more comfortable position right now as opposed to, being at third down and 15, which is where they would have been.
Right.
It's kind of hazarding a guess right there. So now it looks like Woods is in the
quarterback position.
Yep.
He's got Mason Cobb out there with him. He's going to take the snap and keep it himself. He runs to the left side of the field. He's across the 30, across the 35, the 40, 45, the 50, the 45, and he ran out of bounds at about the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory.
Oh, and he needs to give a couple of high fives to Mason Cobb, who actually somehow picked up 2 different blocks there.
Wow.
He had one initial block to seal off the corner, and then he ran forward and was able to distract another defender and get him enough time to get down to enemy territory.
Wildcats' Demarion Woodson with the stop. First and 10 for the Bruins from Wildcats' 47-yard line. There's the snap to Bratcher. Shovel pass to number 17, Brandon Perkins. He runs the right side of the field and out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Nice little shove into the trash can out there, but no flags, so that was good for about 8 yards.
Second downs, 2 yards to go. Entering the game is number 6, Miles Marotti.
It's like with 3 minutes left, they're looking to get I believe Mr. Maratti's a senior.
He's a junior on the roster. Yeah.
Well.
Off is Brandon Perkins is coming out.
Looks like he got Bratcher's got Cobb and Woods next to him.
On either side. Cobb in motion. Handoff goes to Woods. He's not quite sure where to go. He's going on the left side, but he gets wrapped up by the ankle by number 12 of the Wildcats. That's Demarion Woodson.
So the clock's ticking down. Just about 3 minutes left in this half, or this game, if you will.
Third down, 1 yard to go for the Bruins from the Wildcats' 34-yard line, just under 3 minutes remaining.
And Bruffett is out there to quarterback the team going forward, it appears.
Bruffett's out there. He's got Cobb to his right, one receiver to the right side, three to the left. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Cobb. He's right up the middle. He's across the 20. Forced down right at the 20-yard line. There's a flag on the 20-yard line. See what this is for. It's right where he was tackled.
Jack Polk is in the game. He was lined up on the left side. I'm not quite sure what the penalty could have been there. We'll see what we got a holding penalty.
Holding against the Bruins.
So now number 18, Brandon Perkins, has come out on the field, and Mason Cobb has come off.
So even though the Bruins take that penalty, it was from the 20-yard line, which means the ball gets placed at the 30-yard line, so it's still a first down for the Bruins.
Now number 10, Andrew Cobb is out for
for Henry.
Hudson Henry is out.
Now you have Bruffett out there in the quarterback position. He has Woods to his right. There's the snap. Little shovel pass goes to Dylan Allison. He runs to the left side of the field. He's across the 25. He's at the 20 where he gets stopped by number 3, Javarius Brown.
Well, it's good to see second stringers get some time. Number 26 is out there. Jalen Witcher has come on the field for, I believe I saw Jack Polk come off. And they're looking to the sidelines for the play.
20 seconds remaining on the play clock. 2:10 left in the game. Bruins leading this one 44-14 over Watson Chapel.
And I did not see him, but Drew Dame has snuck out there as well. He's on the far right side.
Nolan Bruffett in the shotgun. He has Woods to his right, twins on either side. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Woods. He runs to the left side. He's at the 10, at the 5, and he's in there. Touchdown, Isarius Woods, Bruins.
Well, and he had some excellent blocking downfield. I think I saw number 10. Yep, Andrew Cobb was out there. Number 26, Jalen Witcher. They were both out there just doing their team player jobs and picking up those blocks for him. It's good to see those guys contributing.
Clay James is out there to kick the point after.
This is probably might be his last regular season point after try. Pending, of course, an onside kick attempt.
We've still got next week.
Home game. Sorry.
Oh, home
regular
game.
season
Sure,
home game.
sure.
Yeah.
So that point after is good. Our score, Bruins 51, Wildcats 14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Our score, Bruins 51, Watson Chapel 14, with 1:46 seconds remaining in the game. That last scoring drive for the Bruins was an 8-play, 90-yard drive that resulted in a 19-yard touchdown run by Isarius Woods. It took 3 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. Here's Clay James to kick off back to the Wildcats. The kick is received back at the 15. He comes across the 25-yard line. He's still on his feet at the 30, the 35. At the 40, it's number 14, Deontay Cooper, and he's finally brought down in Bruins territory
By Futa Shinkawa.
at the 47-yard line.
There is a flag on the field at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. I would not be surprised to see them marching backwards.
From right there, that's right. Personal foul. I'm not quite sure what that one is.
I don't know either.
It's definitely a personal foul, and then
Like
maybe
two fist punching.
Yeah, two fist punching in front of the chest. That's a new one on me. Normally, I take I spend a lot of time preseason studying hand signals, and I can tell you I have not seen that one before.
Nope, I don't recall that one either.
Maybe somebody out there in Radio Land can fill me in. That's a new one for this year. What is it? Any idea? Okay. It's Christina Carroll on our headset. You probably can't hear her, but chiming in, letting us know that that's a new one for this year. I'm going to see what that is. Illegal blindside block. Illegal blindside block.
I guess so. Just look into lessen unnecessary or roughness, if you will. Trying
Sure.
not to. Don't want players getting hurt in dangerous plays.
So that run was by Travis White. He came up 8 yards. Give him second down. Excuse me, it was a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3. He was stopped by Clinton Wilson. Go ahead.
Googling hands punching penalty did not help.
Just in case you wondered. Here's second and 3. Farber. Wow, it's really just a full scrum trying to push across that to get the first down, and they did it.
Looks like that was, I think I saw 82, Garrett Pritchard in there. I'm not sure who else, but there were a number of Bruins in there helping to bring him down.
They still got the first down, so the Wildcats have it at their own 38-yard line, first and 10. Under 30 seconds remaining in the game. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 12. That's Demarion Woodson. He's stopped short right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be second and 10.
That was Wilson Miller who had the last stop there. It looks like the players are walking off the field. Good to see some congratulations being handed out by opposing players there.
And that's the official end of the game. Your final score, 51, Pulaski Academy, 14 for the Wildcats of Watson Chapel. So what a great evening this has been, and, of course, a great homecoming night. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stick around. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
Raise your hand.
Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Let's go straight down to the field where Coach Kelly's giving his after-win remarks.
Is Miss Harden still here that sung the national anthem? That was outstanding wherever it is. That was fantastic. Love the national anthem. Loves when she sings. Want to say congrats to our seniors. Another senior night. Hope you guys. I mean, it was a tough game. We didn't play well. We sure didn't coach very well. But we came out on top, and that's something we wanted you guys to do was keep that streak alive on senior nights and homecoming, winning the game. And then you younger guys, I hope that you'll learn to appreciate that it's a quick run in this thing, and it's going to be over quick, and to learn to enjoy some parts of it, but try as hard as you can and learn those lessons. Football's an awesome game, and when you guys are seniors and you play that senior night, you start to realize a little bit how quickly it goes by and how much you're going to miss it. I'd like to thank we have a few former players here, but we had a special guest speaker from Alabama tonight that plays for Alabama. Cash, where's Cash at? Pre-game speech over there, Cash, the #1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. We got a lot of Razorback fans here, but I will say these guys were great with our guys, gave a great speech before the game, and appreciate the way you represented, and Coach Saban will too. And I'll tell them you represented them extremely well, so we appreciate that. Thanks for the mom's meal today, the Thursday dads yesterday, everything that makes PA awesome and great, and all that. We'd like to especially thank our student council, Ms. Castleberry, all the people who are involved in homecoming week and the decorations, and the players had a good time and love that. I'd ask that you would continue to remember the PA people, families that need your prayers. A little extra if they've lost loved ones or sick or whatever. And in the end, I want everybody here to know that we need to come together as a community in tough times, look around and find somebody that you can make their day, make them feel better, and reach out. And that's what the PA community is great at. And there are certain times we need to do that a little more. And we've got some people that really need that now. So I'd appreciate, and you'll be blessed if you'll do that. Let's touch somebody, say the prayer. Oh, where's Slade? Where's little Slade? Is he still here? Come here, Slade. I forgot about Slade. We had a special guest coach tonight.
All right,
and
let's
he
go
designed
ahead and
one play. And he
come back. Coach Kelly is now wrapping up his after-game remarks, of course, giving lots of thanks where thanks are due. And he has his special second grader assistant coach out there tonight, and great to see him getting some time in front of the players. So what a great game this has been. Of course, Pulaski Academy winning this one 51-14. They only have one more conference game in regular season, when that's next week at Whitehall, and that will be obviously a fun game down there. They've got a nice facility. Looking forward to going back. Of course, we were down there just a couple of weeks ago, it feels like, for the 9th graders. They had a great game out there. It was very exciting, very fun atmosphere. I'm going to have to turn back to Sarah Gorman. She had their barbecue sandwich and said it was fantastic.
Really?
That's one of the things that
at the stadium.
At the stadium,
Ooh.
yeah. So that's one of the things. When you go to Memphis, you get the barbecue sandwich. When you go to Whitehall, you get the barbecue sandwich as well. So apparently that's the thing. Now Frito pie, she'll tell you where to get a good Frito pie too.
Duly noted.
But looking at other scores real quick, Brooks Beasley is over here punching away in a calculator, giving us some statistics on this one. But let's go around 5A and give you some other scores real quick. Those are, of course, going to affect the Bruins as we get into playoffs here in just 2 weeks. We have a final score of Parkview beating Whitehall 38-26. In the third quarter, Little Rock Christian 66, Maumelle 41. That is a seriously high-scoring game. Another final score at Beebe tonight. Beebe 48, Little Rock Fair 21. I've got to say, I'm actually surprised that Little Rock Fair got 21 points on the board. That is good for them. Give them a pat on the back, young man. Final score from Blytheville 41, Paragould 21. Morrilton is currently defeating Farmington 45-30 in the third quarter. Final score at Greenbrier 24, Alma 21.
Wow.
Batesville 39 at Greene County Tech 7 in the fourth quarter. Harrison soundly defeating Huntsville 56-14 with a final score there.
Harrison's one of those teams we're going to have to keep an eye on.
That's
the
right.
Playoffs. They're undefeated. Apparently, very similar play to the Bruins.
Mhm.
I've heard a lot talked about them recently. So,
and as we look, you look at the stats around the state. That's one of the ones that, as I look at like quarterback stats, passing, number of yards passing, and so on, I keep seeing Harrison in there. Now, of course, Braden Bratcher takes the top slot statewide.
yeah.
Every week and for the year consecutively or cumulatively, excuse me.
Yeah.
But Harrison is their quarterback is up there as well. So just like you said, that's one to watch. In the fourth quarter, Texarkana is shutting out Hope 45-0. Final score at Hot Springs, Camden Fairview 57, Hot Springs 0.
Ouch.
Another one that hurts. McClellan 44, Lakeside 7. That's the final score there. Final score from Valley View, Nettleton 12, Valley View 14. In Valonia, fourth quarter, Clarksville 21, Valonia 43. And lastly, Forest City 28, at Wynn 28 in the fourth quarter.
Oh, if anyone wants to try to catch that, I don't know if it's on the radio anywhere or on one anywhere, but it's always exciting to watch it.
It is. Wynn's one to watch this year as well.
So going back to this game, there's two different stories that I saw kind of play out. The first one was Bruin defense was caught off guard initially. And those first two drives by the Wildcats, I mean, they were just charged right in, and it didn't look like there was anything that was going to stop them. They made defensive adjustments. And then they were able to get their bearings and actually shut them out after those first two drives. And those were the only points that the Wildcats were able to get on the board. I think they came up with 3 or 4 turnovers.
Right. I wonder just how much of that was the Bruins, looking at Watson Chapel's record coming into this game. They were 1-4 in conference play, and overall they were 2-5-1, having one of the few ties in the season.
Yeah.
But that you look at that record and you think, not a difficult game. But Watson Chapel came here to play.
They certainly did. And then the second half was the offense really getting it figured out and making their adjustments at halftime, and they came out. Now I think they only scored once, had one touchdown in the third quarter, which has actually kind of been normal. It seems like they haven't scored a whole lot in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter they put up I believe 3 touchdowns.
Sure.
At that point, the last one they kind of run away with it, but still, I mean, they were clicking, they were moving forward, and so it was like I said, the first half was all about the defense, getting it figured out,
right.
Adjusting properly, and especially covering the edges of the tackles, if you will. Futa Shinkawa and Blake Titus, your cornerbacks, and of course just your secondary players, making sure that they seal off the edges and don't let number 4, who very impressive player by the way, Devin Curry, don't let him get out in the open. And same with number 6, Jermon. He seemed to be contained a little bit more after those first 2 drives. Devin Curry was definitely a little more dangerous throughout the game, but they kind of had him figured out. And them not having a passing game certainly hurt once they fell behind. So the Bruins took advantage of that.
Brooks, tell us about the game. What kind of interesting stats do we have? Well, pick out some good ones. Wow. Sure. That's right.
It's above their average. It's
Sure.
Five.
Yeah, coming into this game, the Bruins are averaging 45 points a game, and coming away with 51. Excuse me, that's going to increase that average a little bit. The points allowed so far this year is 19. Of course, Wildcats only hanging 14 points on the Bruins, so always good to see that. So, yeah, that's good. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
Right. Yes, it was. Absolutely was. Tell us about your Bear Paws.
Bear Paws. I really, really wanted to find some seniors to give these to.
Sure.
The juniors kind of showed out tonight.
They
though.
did.
I mean, Jaden Kelly, Braden Bratcher, Merritt Jones, all on offense. I'm going to go ahead and give it a joint one to Merritt Jones and Nate Cummings. I believe Nate, did he find the end zone, Nate Cummings? Did he find the end zone or no? He did. We'll go and give it to Nate Cummings tonight on his senior night. He got a touchdown, found the end zone. On defense, this one was kind of easy. Clay James.
Sure.
I mean, he had one huge pass breakup, one huge interception.
That was picture perfect. It really was.
And then he had an onside kick recover just to put some icing on the senior cake. So
that's right.
Kudos to him. And, you very rarely you think Pulaski Academy Bruins, you think offense, you think whatever. But Clay James might actually be shaping up to be the player of the year for them. I mean, just as many interceptions as he's pulled down, as many pass blocks, the kind of shutdown corner that you want to see.
Right.
He seems to almost change the momentum in almost every game, it seems like.
Yeah. Unofficially, 942 yards on the year.
I never forgot he was a senior too. You know what? We'll split it between Nate Cummings and J.D. White.
There we go. That's your Bear Paws.
There we go.
So, folks, that's it. It's a great homecoming when you have folks that play, of course, Friday night, but then you've got folks on this field right now who play on Saturday and Sunday.
And maybe even a Thursday,
Sure, every other Monday and Thursday as well. So, we've got college players on scholarship, we've got walk-ons, and we've got NFL players out here for homecoming, and that's the PA legacy right there.
Amen.
So, it is. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. That's it for us from Pulaski Academy. Our final score, once again, Pulaski Academy 51, Bruins, Wildcats of Watson Chapel 14. Our next game at Whitehall, it's November 2nd, next week at 7 p.m. is our last regular season game. After that, we'll head straight into the playoffs. Join us then at PulaskiAcademy.org/PA Live, or, as always, on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Thanks for joining us. Good night, good luck, and 73.